under the effects of the seeming spell cast on us by Lark, I believe. Um, and we kicked it off with Lark speaking to the Thieves Guild, in which we learned that Civil, our friend from the Mirror prison that was newly liberated, went back to the underground to drink and gamble. At least I'm pretty sure that was his name. Again, some of the names I'm a little shaky on, but I'm still learning them. So just correct me if I'm wrong throughout this. Um, we go to speak with the Midnight Pyre, who are working against the Shadowlord, with the Order of the Red Wizard, which
All
is a
done?
splinter group for this.
All done?
Oh,
Noam, you're transmitting right now.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I will mute. My bad.
No worries.
okay, it's adorable. um, so essentially, we spent a lot of time going back and forth between the Midnight Pyre, the local government, and the Silent Circle to determine who we were going to share the details of the fort with. Adelaine wanted to put it back in the hands of the government. We didn't have a lot of information on that. And after meeting a couple characters like Lirelai Christian, the captain of the guard, who the Midnight Pyre trusts, we eventually landed on giving information to the Midnight Pyre. So this is after we go. God, my notes are they're really out of order. I apologize. So we meet with the Silent Circle. They see through our disguise immediately, and they run the black market. They're allies of the Midnight Pyre, but they're not working directly together. So we do find the Shadow Market, which I believe Remy managed to sniff out for it. And in the Silent Circle, we're talking about the Cultist Fort. The Nightwalker, we tell them the Nightwalker seems to be gone. Rumors of that power have shifted hands. Remy rolls a deception check and is curious to know more about this, which succeeds, I believe. And we follow Amira to a kind of a low-key location to have a conversation about it. Somebody creates a barrel fort as a disguise, so we're blocked off. And we learn that the local government doesn't have the resources to defend this keep. And it seems like it can be run by cultists as well. So during a conversation with Amira, she asked if we've cleared the cultists. If we are cultists ourselves, to which Uslag became a little upset at the accusation, and Amira found it hard to believe because this fort was heavily fortified. The Nightwalker took out most of their group when they went to battle him. Silent Circle mentions giving us payment to have information about this keep and give it over. We go through conversations about our next steps. There might be ties to the Ardent Relic, who's in league with these cultists, which makes us less likely to trust the Silent Circle. And then Gnome adds that he believes that the Midnight Pyre is the way to go for this. As we go back to the Silent Circle to speak with them, Remy casts Modify Memory to say that we do have permission to go in, kind of a not the droids you're looking for moment. And the Silent Circle lets us into the mind, but specifically doesn't give Gnome a cookie. He's still in his child form, under the seeming spell, even though it was seen through. We hear mining from deeper in. We find a side passage, talk to Amira. She leads us to the Shadow Market, and we sell what happened for information. We then learn about cultists in the area at a cave nearby to the north. So the Silent Circle is content with the information. They share it with us, and we buy a couple things from the Shadow Market before we get going. Remy got off of the message. We did set up a message and a secure password. I wrote down what the password is, but I don't remember who it was for, so I apologize for that.
So you sent a message to the fort telling them that the Midnight Pyre representatives were going to be there to basically, not take it over, but like help fortify.
That's
Because
right, absolutely.
You had made the decision that you were going to go with the Midnight Pyre. over
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
Silent Circle or the government, who you never actually spoke to.
We didn't. We didn't. I think we decided that it might. We might not have a
Tip your
choice
hand.
if we did that. So we did go with the Midnight Pyre. We buy a couple items. Gnome gets an all-purpose tool +1, some ball bearings. I grab myself a ram. Uh, Adeline gives Chomsky the Gem of True Seeing, which he's great with gadgets. It's in the right hands for it, and we do a couple other little trades for it. We move our way up. We get to the undead camp through a waterfall. Adeline at the beginning of it casts aid on Lark, Uslog, and Carl. And more little, in-group shenanigans about Gnome being small under the seeming spell. Koresh and Uslog climb up. I think Uslog just uses her natural ability. Koresh uses some pythons and rope behind the waterfall. Um, there's a decently sized area with about 7 different open passages and skeletal footprints that go into the caves. Remy brings up a shield. He casts some light on it. Uslog draws her new cold energy sword, and we derive that the tracks are about a day old, and the cave looks to be scarred with necrotic energy. Uslog walks forward, terrified, and I should have wrote this down, but apparently Remy made a classic Bob Barker joke. He casts Fireball and is very excitedly realizes he hits 2 of them. Lark asks if he's. What did Lark ask? Recognizes and they are akin to beholders and recognizes something in the north and shoots a beholder. I can't make sense of my last note about Lark, but it's I think he made a check and determined that these creatures are adjacent to you or kind of like beholders. Maybe you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong there, DM. And then we end
Uh,
with Adeline casting Bless on all of us as we break for the night.
yeah, so Adelaide cast Bless, and now we're getting back into it with a new round. So let's get back to the action. Wait, what's going on? Why can't I see anything on my streaming account?
Oh, I feel like I just saw it a while ago. No,
Oh,
I don't.
never mind. I know what's going on.
Oh,
Over here.
no, there we are.
All right. So, new round. From the north, you would hear footsteps as a creature comes into view.
I forgot about that.
Have feet.
It is a possibly familiar looking creature. Let me bring up a picture in case you have not seen it before.
Oh my god. Oh, come on.
Oh, these guys.
As the skeletal creature steps forth from the shadows, its eyes burn, and it extends one of its claws out towards the group.
What do you...
Who's carrying light sources right now?
Remy has light cast on his shield.
Uslog had a torch dropped over here.
Okay. So, oh, this thing's fast. It suddenly breaks into a sprint down this way, and it is going to do a multi-attack on poor Lark. Goes, what the fuck? As this thing takes 2 claw attacks. 23 will strike, doing 29 points of piercing damage. It got me! And then it's going to automatically grapple him in his claws. and swing a second time. So it doesn't restrain, it's just a grab. But it takes another piercing claw attack. 15. Oh, actually would hit. Surprising. So another 15 points of damage, as Lark says, "God damn it!" And he's looking a little beat up. Gnome Chomsky, what are you gonna do?
I am gonna say, ooh, that kind of ruined my plan. And
Front
then
row.
throw an acid splash on both of these fellas there.
Okay, go ahead and link it. Is your acid splash broken?
Alright, try that. Did that work?
Yeah, so I got the description. Does it not rolling the damage?
It is not.
Alright,
Does
I'll
not look
fix
like
it
it.
for you real quick. So I'm going to delete your acid splash and pull a new one on. And that should fix it, hopefully. We'll see. Try clicking it now. I mean the actual, like, macro for it.
Oh, that
On the,
could be why.
well, you
Yeah.
could, you should be able to click on the spell, too.
There we go.
But there we go. Alright, so the first acid... Which one did you click? Because you have two now in the macros. The second one or the first?
The first one.
Alright, so maybe it's the second one that's broken.
Before I was clicking the spell itself rather than the attack macros.
Alright,
So that was probably it.
so... Let's see... 2 creatures within range. Alright, so they have to make dex saves. What's the DC? 18? Alright, so you chant lobbing acid suddenly at them. Damage 12. No half on save, right? Just hit or miss.
I believe so.
Yeah. Alright. So I think they both fail. They're definitely not very dexterous. So they are both struck for 18 points of damage. And this one continues to look wounded. Anything else?
I'm gonna tell Carl to run over to Mr. Skeletor over there and help them out.
That's as a bonus action.
Correct.
Okay.
And then move 25 feet this way.
So as Carl moves in, the creature is going to take a reaction to stab at him.
Ooh, he got. Is that? Do we get the assumption that he has reach from where he struck him?
He has deadly reach.
Okay. What's deadly reach?
Basically, it's just like the feat where when you engage someone, they get a nappy when you enter. So he is going to do a piercing claw. 26, I believe, would hit, right?
Yeah, definitely hits.
Alright, so Carl is struck for 15 damage as he moves in. Which I already did. I minused it. I should have let you do it, but... Alright, so he's struck for 15 damage. He still gets his attack if he wants to take it.
He definitely does want to take it. So let me click on that one.
Alright, so
That did not
9
work out well.
would blast at him, but it would just bounce off his hide. Anything else?
That'll be my turn.
Alright, Karash.
Okay. Parash is going to run up. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. About there. and he's going to spend this turn beefing up. So you'll see some dark energy start to swirl around Karash as he uses his action to use the thing that it's called that I'm pulling up now, symbiotic entity, which I will connect to you real quick.
Is this the spore thing?
This is the spore thing. This is my spore feature.
All right. So your melee attacks do 1d6 necrotic, right? Yeah. And you get some temp HP.
I get some temp HP for it.
Yeah.
So I run up. I look a little beefier and a little darker, and then
You
as
just
my
see.
as my
Now is the effect for that just spores swirling around you?
spores swirling around me, kind of attaching to my skin as well. So I have those, I can kind of slough off some hits that come through.
Yeah.
But you'll just see kind of like carrying around Karash in a small little circle.
Okay.
But that small little circle will get bigger as I'm also going to use my bonus action to cast Giant's Might, which will make me large and gives me a couple extra things as well. So as this is swirling around, you'll also see the Luxodon grow quite a bit in size to match this big scary motherfucker that's standing in front of us and attacking large.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That is my turn.
All right. So you spore up. I don't see any temp HP on you. Did you?
Not yet. So let me add that.
Okay.
In the red circle.
Yes. Which should also correspond to your character sheet if you put it in there.
Oh. Let's see if that went through. It didn't link on there, so I'll just type it in like this.
Okay. So after Karash goes, you hear a lot more movement coming from the back.
The back is in the right
Back from... Here, I'll show you in a
or
moment.
north?
Where the
So...
Super.
A bony creature, which seems to be some kind of living skeleton, comes into view as it makes its way closer. This thing seems somewhat slow. It would move up and move in, but it has to dash. Then another. Then another. Then another.
I see.
And another.
Oh.
And another. And so on and so forth.
Any clerics around?
That is it for the skeletons. Uslog. There's a bunch of skeletons now coming from the north behind this
okay,
thing.
and I've got the frightened condition with this when it comes to this guy, so I can't.
You
Go
can't
any
move
closer.
and as long as you can see him, you have disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah. Darn. I kind of had a plan, but it's been ruined. I am going to rage first. I haven't done that yet.
Gotcha.
That doesn't get rid of frightened condition, but if only. And I'm going to try to get. Oh no.
Oh,
Adeline's way.
actually, Miriam's just sitting here. Here, I'll give you a view of what's happening.
Oh. Okay. Darn. If I were to go here.
Can you see now, Mary? Do we still have her here? Maybe she
She's
stepped
here.
away.
She's muted, but yeah.
Yes, I can see now. Thanks.
Alright. Sorry, Slug, go ahead.
I wanted to. I had my javelin of lightning, kind of. She was reaching for it, and then got scared of this beholder, and she put it away. As she gets in line with Adeline, she's like, "I don't want to hurt you, but if you could just move at some point, I have a plan." That she's just going to just rage and like attack this guy
Adelaide
straight
nods.
on. Yeah, because
Alright.
I don't want to lightning bolt you. So I'm
Well,
going.
isn't she behind you?
I wanted to go. I can't make a ranged attack against this guy really right here. I wanted to go here and do it. But technically, the javelin of lightning works like lightning bolt.
Is it
So
an attack
everyone-
or is it just a save?
It's a ranged. I would have to make a ranged attack, but then each creature in the line would have to make a dexterity saving throw.
I mean, you can make a ranged attack at close range. You just have disadvantage.
That's true. That's true. All right. Why not?
All right.
I'll do it. Because, like, how can I pass this up? Look at this beautiful line.
Yeah, it's a pretty line.
It's such a nice line.
All right.
So how
Jean
far does
Rick.
it go?
120 feet
So
to
right
a target within. So I would be targeting actually not this guy. I would be targeting the furthest guy, if I can see him. Just from the. Is what it sounds like.
So this guy?
Yeah.
I think you could see him, and you would have disadvantage anyway because you are still
I'm
in
next
range
to
of the beholder. Go ahead and link your lightning thing.
Sure.
This is taking a while.
Well, I have.
Let me take a
Yeah,
look
I
at
have it. I have it just from like the information thing. I don't actually have it on my sheet. I just looked it up on the information thing. How do I share that with you?
I can just look it up if you don't have it on your sheet. What is it called? Javelin of Lightning?
Of lightning.
So you can pull it from the compendium on.
Yeah, I do. I have it as a macro, but it just doesn't have the information. So I always just look it up on there.
You can also add Lightning Bolt the spell to your sheet, I think. Well, actually, it's a little bit different from Lightning Bolt. So, all right.
Yeah.
So Dex 13.
Yeah. I first have to make a ranged attack.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
At disadvantage.
So you hurl your lightning bolt towards the back skeleton, you said?
Yeah. Between, like, the guy's, like, underneath his arm as he's, like, raising.
Okay, so 30 feet.
Yeah.
Alright, so they have to make dex saves.
And if it hits the skeleton, I think it also takes the piercing.
So 16 would actually hit the skeleton.
Nice.
I need a 4d6. Oh, you did alright. 11.
Yeah, 7 piercing. Oh, that's shitty.
Do they do half damage?
If they save, no, I think it just says.
Oh yeah, it does half damage on success,
Okay.
or fail, or success. Yeah, submit. Okay. All right.
And that would be my turn.
All right. So unfortunately, most of them would make the save. I think except one of them, but you did hit the skeleton guy for 11. He made the save though, so he just takes the 7. And I think that would actually destroy him. Anything else?
That's it. Sorry,
Alright.
that took so long.
So the zombie beholder is going to look towards Gnome Chomsky and roll a d4 for some reason. Oh, he is going to concentrate firing a beam at you. Gnome Chomsky, I need a dex save. As a greenish beam. All right, so you made it.
Looking a little lonely over there, Gnome Chomsky.
Yeah. I think I can handle these if you guys got the rest.
All right, great.
They're too scary.
Yeah, so you just dodge it and you don't take any damage. That's it for that creature, Remy.
But yeah. Remy also likes a nice little setup that he sees up there, but he's also confused by the guys to the right. Or wants to hit the guys to the right. I think I'm going to move to there, and then I'm just gonna cast a big old fireball.
All right, go ahead and place it where you want it.
Okie doke. I need 20 foot. 20 foot radius circle. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna put it, I guess, where that.
Well,
Yeah,
you
so I
should
can hit.
you should see it in the spell effects, 20-foot radius. You can
Right,
place it on the map. So you chant summoning arcane magics as you hurl a small bolt of flame into the area, which explodes outwards. You're
Hold
looking for
on.
there or here.
Yeah, I'm trying to do there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll go ahead and cast a fireball. Level 3. DC 17 dex save.
All right. So, I have to make dex saves. Is it 25 damage? Okay. So there is a big old explosion of fire as everything is engulfed in flame, and a bunch of bones just go flying everywhere.
Baller. Did the big guy take? Did it look like he took some? How's he looking?
He looks pretty good still. He made his save.
All right, so I will use my remaining 15 feet to retreat back to here. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright, Lark goes. He is going to curse. You son of a bitch. And he is going to attack this guy, attempting to stab him with the dagger. He will indeed stab him. Getting a nasty hit for 28 points of damage. Looks angrily at him. Yeah, that's it for him. Adelaine is gonna go. She's gonna move back here. And she is going to throw a sacred flame for now. Which he will make the save, resisting the attack, and she curses. The zombie, second beholder zombie go. It is going to look at Noam Chomsky. Oh wow, again. Alright. And another green ray is fired at you, Noam Chomsky. I need a dex save. Ooh, unfortunately.
Can I add my
You do have
Flash
bless
of
on you as
Genius?
well.
Oh, forgot what bless does.
D4.
1d4 to
Oh.
abilities, checks, and saving throws.
So you're going to use your reaction to Flash of Genius?
I think so. Yeah,
Alright,
that will
so
get me up to 18.
18. Alright, so you spend your reaction. and you spend a flash of genius. Go ahead and spend those, please. And how many flash of geniuses do you have now?
I have three left.
All right. So, yes, as the bolt is coming at you, you remember that getting out of the way is the move here. So you jump to the side using your genius to quickly dodge it. And it hits the wall, disintegrating a portion of the stone. That's it for the zombie. The bone claw goes. All right. So it is... Whose torch is this? Did you drop this here?
I dropped mine over here.
I dropped a torch.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
All right, so
I'm
you
standing on top.
actually did drop this here, Uslog, behind you.
Oh well,
Uslag,
no, I dropped
her
one
torch
over
is
here.
underneath me.
All right, so
Oh, okay, there we go. I was
so-
wondering where it went.
do we know whose this is? All right, I'm going to delete it because we might have
No.
too many torches going on for some reason.
Might have been Adam's shield.
So this guy is happy because there's no torches near him. He starts weaving dark miasma around him.
Miasma.
And it is going to teleport back 60 feet along with Lark. Ah! Pff.
Oh no!
Everyone's standing around him when he teleports. I need a con save if you're within 5 feet of him. So that's Uslog, Karash, and Carl. Con saves. As there's an explosion of miasma. DC 14. If you made it, you take 27. If you failed it, you take 55 necrotic.
Oh.
Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
Wow.
27 or
That is it for the Bone Claw, Mr. Chomsky. So you're just dodging bolts right and left. Carl just got melted a bunch by that. And that was necrotic damage, if that makes a difference for anyone.
forgot
I
about
think
the armor. Anyway, it's fine. Keep on going.
I am going to throw some acid at these two again. That seemed to work halfway decently last time.
Alright, Crash, are you under 8? Is that why you have so many hit points?
So actually, it should be 105 now because I took 27 and I had 24 temporary. There we go.
Oh, okay, but that is because of 8, right?
No, I didn't have 8. I just have a lot of HP.
Because it says you have
8 was
108 of 98. So you're 10
108 of
points over
98.
your max according to your token.
My max in D&D Beyond is 108. But
Maybe you switch the things around? So what's the
I'm not
98?
sure. Where are you seeing this in particular?
I'm looking at your token right now. It says 108 of 98. So your token, I think, is I don't know. I don't like D&D Beyond, but maybe it's here. Let me take a look at your sheet. Maybe it's reading off that or something. I'm not sure
So
why it's.
for bar 1 in the token, I see 105 and 108 right now. I'm not seeing 98 myself.
All right, let me. What is going on here? Let me take a look at. Yeah, where's it getting the 98 from? That's weird.
I don't know. 8 was on Lark, Uslog, and Carl.
Alright, well, I just adjusted it. I'm not sure what's going on. Alright, so anyway, Gnome, what are you doing?
I pull out a little glow-stick looking thing, crack it, and throw a bubble of acid at both these guys again.
Alright, so you chant, hurling another acid splash at them. And they will, once again, probably not dodge very well, but we'll see. Dex save. So 18 for 15 damage. Oh no, they both fail. And this one looks very injured, and the one behind it now looks wounded.
Nice job.
And then I'm gonna run over here to Carl and tell Carl to use one of his 3 repairs. Give him 2d8 health back. Oops.
Alright, Karash, what are you gonna do?
Well, you teleported the big guy out of my way. That was not cool. So I'm just gonna walk forward 5, 10 feet right here, real quick.
Yeah.
Did you say that he teleported back behind all these skeletons?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you could see him with your vision right now.
I can't. So
It just looks dark back there to you. Because, yeah, you don't have
it's
dark vision, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so
Dark
you
and
would
it's a narrow hallway.
you would hear something moving around back here.
Okay. Well, even if I go, I'm not going to be able to see him. I don't really have a great light source anyway. So that was 10 feet. I'll use the rest of my movements to 20. I can get about here. It's weird moving large characters, so if I move too far, just let me know.
So remember, moving through these guys is difficult terrain.
Moving through them is difficult.
Yeah, because they're basically slowing you down because you're having to slow down to not just run right through them.
Okay. Alright, so let me do something else then. Let's see how far away we got. 60. Okay, so I'm gonna stay put right there, and actually I will just throw, I'll throw an ice knife at 2nd level
Alright.
at this beholder.
Alright, so you chant, summoning magical forces as you hurl an ice knife this way. So DC, well, 12 would be, no, that wouldn't be enough to hit it. But it still would explode, I believe, right?
It still explodes, so it wouldn't do the slashing damage, or the piercing damage. So DC 16 for cold damage.
Alright, so 16, what's the damage on that? 11? Or no, 8 damage, right?
8 damage, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so once again they prove they're very bad at dex saves. This one would or actually, wait, they're zombies. There might be something special here. Zombies. Yes, it gets to make a con save to see if it actually dies. So how much did you deal? 8 damage?
8 damage.
So it has to make a con save, DC 13, which might actually be able to do. It's pretty good at con saves. Oh yeah, it rolls a natural 20, so instead of dying it goes to 1 hit point, refusing to go down. Anything else?
8 zombies. I am going to just try to walk forward as far as I can. I'm assuming that, with how narrow it is and the zombies, I might be able to maybe get 10 feet.
How much movement do you have left?
I have 20 feet of movement left.
So you could probably get here.
I was actually going to go towards this direction.
Oh, to the north.
Yes,
so with 20 feet, you could go 2 squares because you'd be squeezing, because that's a 5-foot passage, so you're having to squeeze through there. So you could go here, and you'd have to stop for the time being. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, the skeletons are gonna go. So this guy moves down this way and is going to slash at you with a short sword. Ooh, 23 versus AC. Good roll.
Definitely hits.
So you are struck for 8 piercing as that thing stabs you a bit as you're stuck in the hall there. The second one comes in and it is going to slash at you as well. 22, wow. 18 and 19, so I think both of them hit you. This one deals another 6 points as it stabs you a bit. That's it for them. Uslog.
Can I just use my reaction? I don't know if this will do any damage to them.
Oh yeah, sure.
But
What are you doing?
Just to one of them, I will do the Halo of Spores for just 1d6 necrotic for one of the skeletons that started.
All right. Go ahead and spend. That's a reaction, right?
It's a reaction, yeah, for
All right.
1 damage.
Go ahead and spend your reaction, and he has to make a con save.
Which one is
The reaction? That
Yeah, which one's
is this one. It's right at the top. So he would fail, take the 1 damage, and crumble. Because he had exactly 1 hit point.
Hell yeah!
Perfect.
Alright, that's it for you, right, Koresh?
Yes, it is.
Alright, Uslog. You got skeletons to the north. You got zombie beholders to the east. What do you do?
I don't. Oh, I don't get to make any saves or anything against the frightened condition, do I?
That
Wondering about that. I might have been
is
able to do one last turn.
a good question. Let me check. That fear effect. That was the fear ray. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. Sorry, I should have mentioned
Can I
that.
make
So,
yeah,
so you can make a retroactive one right now for the last turn.
It was
It is a wisdom save, DC 14. Yes, you would make it, so you shake the fear off, ready to get back in.
okay. I'm going to by the looks of it, does that ground there look stable to me with my survival instincts?
Iffy. Iffy
Okay,
for
I'm gonna
sure.
go for it. Okay.
Good question.
But I'm gonna. Oh, actually, I can't quite make it.
You got an
So I'll go
elephant
here.
squeezing through the north. All right, so was that.
And yeah, that was 30 feet. I can't get any closer. I can, but that would be my turn. So I'm going to just throw a javelin.
Oh, and you
at
can click on frightened on the waste basket in the chat to take the frightened symbol off you, since you technically made your save.
the wastebasket in the chat. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna javelin the guy that looks really bad.
So this guy.
Yeah, the guy that feared me.
Oh yeah, 19 would strike, dealing 8 points of damage, which would give him another saving throw. Will he stave off death? DC 13.
Just die.
Oh, he rolls a 6, and he goes
Yeah.
splatting all over the place as the javelin hits him right in the eye, and just ichor sprays everywhere.
Nice. And I face off against the next one.
Alright, so that's it for you, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so this one is going to look at Uslog, roll a d4 for some reason, and fire a fear ray. Uslog, DC 14 wisdom save. As you feel a familiar feeling coming over you. Oh god! Anxiety ray. Oh no!
No.
Oh! Alright, you are feared once more. Frightened of this creature until you can save against the effect. That's it for the creature. Remy.
At least it's not doing much damage though.
Right.
No, they did some really dangerous shots, but you dodged both the disintegration
Yeah.
rays.
No was.
Because those
Oh,
things
that's
hit for
over.
like 60 if they hit you.
Can I make it to here across that one space below me, 5 feet south of me?
Make it to where?
To right there. Is this? Can I pass across this space, or is that like?
That would be difficult terrain. You could move here.
Yeah. Okay, but I can see over this to over here.
Yes, yeah. It's just like a 3 or 4 foot rock outcropping.
Okay. From here, then I'm just going to. Let's see. I'm just going to fire off an Eldritch Blast in his direction.
All right. So you chant sending
Or all.
several. You're sending all of them, right?
Right. Yeah.
So 13 and 10 both hit it but do no damage. The 18 is a much more solid strike, and he is blasted. How much do you deal?
And
5,
hold
alright.
on, you do Genie's Wrath. Ooh, wow, really? Wait.
So,
Oh. Yeah.
minus 5,
All
minus
right.
4. All right. So he takes the hit.
Hold on. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be adding in. I have Agonizing Blast. It should be adding in my Charisma modifier.
All right. So you might have to edit the macro then. But how much is your charisma modifier?
+4.
All right. So he takes another 4. Anything else?
No. How's he looking? How's he looking?
It looks very wounded. It's taken several blasts and fireballs and
Okay.
such.
Remy would just put a hand up to his mouth and just yell northward, and say, "Yoo-hoo! Mind bringing our friend back? We're not quite finished with him." And that'll be the end of his turn.
Alright, so Lark is yelling, you son of a bitch, as he is doing some attacks in the shadows. Yep, he stabs him more. For 22 points of damage. That's it for Lark. Adelaine goes, she goes, Lark, no! She's going to... Well, she sees Koresh is in the way, so she can't get through there right now. She's going to just yell, go help Lark! And she's going to blast this thing with radiant energy, forcing a dex save from it. Oh, good rolls. Dex save. It would fail. And the radiant damage actually drops it. It gets no save. It seems that radiant damage is the way to go. That's it for her. The Beholder goes, but it is dead, so it leaves combat. The Bone Claw goes. So somewhere from the north you hear some slashing noises. From his piercing attacks. And you hear, and that is it for the Bone Claw. Gnome.
Does it sound like the northwest or the northeast?
That's not good.
That sounded like it came from up here, where he teleported. Gnome, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna run over here behind Koresh. I think it's about 25 feet. Cool.
Alright.
And,
Crash, get through there!
yeah, I'll cast a Mending on Carl.
Okay. Mending takes
I
a
have to-
minute, so you cannot
Oh,
cast
does it?
Mending.
Oh, just kidding. Never mind. I thought it was one action.
I mean, I guess you could start casting it, but it's going to be 10
Nah.
rounds until it goes off.
Yeah, no, that's I don't want to do that. I guess I will just prepare an acid splash if I see that thing
Alright,
within
so
60 feet of me.
you start...
Still one in front of me as well.
Yeah, there is a living skeleton here,
Oh, I did not know that.
which
Cool,
Koresh
then I'll
is
throw-
trying to get past.
I will throw an acid splash at that guy.
All right, it attempts to save. For Dex, it rolls a 12, so it fails. Tss, the acid melts its joints and it falls apart.
Thank you.
Cool.
That was really going to slow me down.
Karash.
Okay, so I'm just going to power through as best I can.
My apologies, Gnome. Were you going to do something with Carl? Are you going to give him any commands or anything?
I'll just have him scoot up next to Koresh.
Okay, so he's dodging.
Yeah.
All right, there. Go ahead, Koresh.
I would just try to power through as best I could.
So the skeletons are difficult terrain. So how far can you move? 30 feet?
30 feet.
So you could get 3 squares north, basically, with your first move action.
Okay, I will take that. So 1, 2, 3. I do have 10 feet of blind fighting, by the way. Just
Blind sight?
I mean. Blind sight, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can kind of see around you in the dark. You just see the skeleton bones everywhere, basically, from the fireball.
Okay, I still can't see the big guy, so I will use my action to dash and try to move another 30 feet up towards the direction that I heard it from.
Right.
Again, can't see, so I'm guessing, but...
So it's going to be another 3 squares about, because there's still difficult terrain all over. Actually, if you go there, so that's 10, but now you're in normal, so 15 so far.
Okay. 20... 25...
Alright, so
30...
you run up, and in the darkness you see a bloodied lark lying motionless on the ground, impaled on the claw of this thing. It turns towards you. Anything else?
Yes, I will just cast a shillelagh with my bonus action.
Alright.
So I have that on my club.
So you pull out your club and cast Shillelagh?
Yes.
Alright, so mark
sorry.
your...
I rolled like I was attacking. Ignore that. I'm sorry.
That's fine. So you mark yourself as wielding a one-handed weapon. Do you have a shield out?
No, because if I do, I can't cast anything.
Okay, so yeah, then just mark yourself as having a one-handed weapon, and that's it for you, right?
That is going to be it. How do I mark that again? I'm sorry, I'm not...
It is the 3 swords icon, which is this one. So yeah, you pull out your weapon and light it up with magic. Uslog, what are you going to do? Because the skeletons are all dead.
Oh, darn. I'm gonna need someone to slap me.
Well, the source of your fear is dead, so you're no longer feared.
I know. Well, just to keep my rage going.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Unless she can make it.
You can use your action to punch yourself.
Oh, I can?
I mean, why not? You can. There's no reason you couldn't damage yourself. You'll take 1
Okay.
plus your strength modifier, but you would half it.
All right. That's a reaction?
No,
right.
just as an action. That would
Okay,
that would
cool.
be your action for the turn, but that's one way you could keep your rage going. Is just like smack yourself.
I will just smack myself in the face, like, not that scary. Got this.
Right. Take the frightened off you and deal, what is it, 4 points? Or how much do you deal with an unarmed attack?
I think it's just...
It's 1 plus strength. So 4, so 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Alright.
Remy just kind of tilts his head at you and kind of remembers back to when he asked Lark to cut him and kind of just feels a bond.
Bunch of cutters and self-strikers in this group. Alright, that's it for
Keep my head in the
Uslog.
game.
Keep your end game, Uslog. Remy, what are you gonna do? Get it together.
Remy's just as he runs by. Well, he's gonna get to 15 feet to here. Difficult terrain. So what? 15, 25. Can I get to there with 30 feet of movement?
That would be 35. So you'd have to stop here because that would
Sorry.
be 2 spaces of difficult terrain.
I should have stopped by now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
'Cause, yeah, the skeleton would block, movement.
That's fine. And he gets there, and he's just gonna kind of pat Uslog on the shoulder and just be like, "Are we okay? Yeah, doing all right."
She like grins and growls at him.
Of course. It's like, yes, excellent. Good eye.
Scary.
Can I can see that guy right there, I believe, just barely. Like he's on the edge of my vision. Can I fire off?
Yeah. What? This guy?
Yeah, I can see him.
Yeah, you can see something moving around the shadows there. Yeah.
I'm gonna fire off Eldritch Blast. But I can't. Hey, I don't know what's up with the damage with it. I tried to fix it by adding in the spell modifier click button, and
what's your real quick? What's your passive perception?
ooh, it's not good. It's not good, Bob. It's 11.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. You can manually add the damage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. All right. 3 Eldritch Blast.
Alright, so unfortunately, you have targeted Karash in the darkness.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was Karash
Karash.
up there. Pew, pew, pew. And
Oh,
that's why I was asking what
buddy.
your perception was, because that would make sense. You can't see very well, and you just see something moving around.
Oh, Karash, I'm
Same
sorry.
size.
So yeah, Karash, suddenly some blasts come in from behind, and I think 22 and 20 would strike you, right?
Oh, they definitely would.
All right.
Okay, there we go. Now
Oh, the damage is
rolling.
working.
It's rolling now.
You were struck
Hold
for
on.
15, and you would hear Karash probably, or sorry,
19.
19. Karash probably would have something to say about that.
I'm just,
What the?
and he just,
damn it, Remy,
and
it's
Remy
me.
just, no, you don't know that. It came from behind.
This
Remy
is
just
like a
goes,
Naked Gun comedy where you just run into the room and
No,
just start shooting
no,
people.
Remy-
Bap, bap, bap. What the fuck, man?
No, Remy just goes, oh, no, watch yourself. Ah. And that'll be my turn.
All right.
It bit me in the ass! It bit me in the ass!
All right. So Karash, you took 19.
It was Gnome. It was
I'm about
definitely
to-
Gnome Chomsky.
I haven't indicated that yet.
Okay. It was Noam Chomsky. Why would you do that?
Are we still in our little? Am I still a child?
I think so. I think you still have your disguises on.
Cool. I would say, how could a child do that?
All right, so Lark, unfortunately, is not moving. Adelaine's going to come up this way. She says, I can't get past. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds on Uslog for 10 points of healing. The Bone Claw goes. He is hidden in the shadows. Luckily, Karash, you have... you can sense everything. Blind sight, right? Karash.
Yes, that's correct.
Alright, so yeah, he does not have advantage from you, even though he is very much hidden right now. So you sense him swinging. First claw. But he gets a 26.
Damn. Yeah, that hits.
So he strikes you for 18 piercing and would start a grapple with you. Come to me. Second attack. 19.
19 hits.
Alright, so he strikes you, not as much this time, only for 9 damage.
Okay, so 27 total.
Yeah, 27.
I'm very sorry. I mean, Noam Chomsky's very sorry.
Blasted from behind, blasted from hit in front.
Yeah, this is looking a little spicy.
Alright, Gnome, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna scoot over here, and can I hop on Carl's back?
Do you have Devil Sight?
I have dark vision. I don't think I have double sight.
Oh. Oh, wait. Why can you see back there? There's no light back there.
There is this light source here.
Yeah, but that...
Remy has light cast on his shield right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see like the edge.
Okay,
I
I
do.
see. I see. Okay.
Yep.
That's why. Yeah, so
Oh,
the
where
light...
is my... I
Might
lost
have
my
been the
light.
one.
Maybe
That might have been the one that we were trying to figure out whose it was before.
I thought I
Oh,
had it on me.
maybe. So... Yeah, you can pull
I
out
got
another
it.
one if you don't have it. But, sorry, Gnome, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hop on Carl's back on my little platform there and tell him to follow the rest in.
Alright, so Carl... How much can he move?
40 feet.
So there's a
I
bunch
don't
of...
want to run in front of Uslag. Just if
10,
Uslag runs
20,
forward, I want to
30,
follow
40.
them in.
Alright, so he's gonna go in with you. Oh, you want him to follow them in?
Yeah, while I'm
Alright.
riding on his back.
So, sure. Well, he can't do that now, so he'll just wait. Karash, what are you gonna do?
Carl's pretty cool. I didn't realize you could ride him in. That's awesome. Ooh, okay. So looking a little rough. I'm just gonna do some straight up attacks with Shillelagh.
Alright.
So,
So you smack at him with your
And I can
magical shillelagh.
I can do 2 attacks now because I took another level in fighter. So first
Ooh.
attack is a natural 1.
That is unfortunate. You whack at him, but it just sort of misses.
Oh, I think that was.
That
that
is...
was just the damage roll. I apologize. I clicked on the wrong button. Sorry.
That's
So
fine.
For the actual. Oh my god! I just did it again. Okay.
No, that is a damage roll. That's not an attack roll.
Yep. I see what I'm doing now. Oof! God, 11 to hit.
No. So you'd smack him right on his chest, but his skin is tougher than it looks. He takes no damage.
Okay, so bonus action, gonna second wind.
All right. So you draw in your hidden reserves of stamina to gain some hit points, and that will end your turn, I assume.
Will end my turn. Did that roll?
Uslog, and no, it did not.
Okay.
Why is it not rolling? There. Oh my god.
So
I get
1
six-
plus
six hit
your...
points back.
Alright, so 6 hit points. What are you going to do, Uslog?
I'm going to. So this is difficult terrain. So
Yeah, these 3 squares. There's just bones everywhere.
okay, so this would be 30.
That would actually be 25.
25? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, because I went die.
because you went into a there's nothing in the space you went into. So yeah,
Okay,
it'd be 25.
So. I have 15. I guess I'll go here. I can't see anything.
So
Damn
it's
it.
35, 40. Okay.
I'm going to.
You hear movement ahead of you, but you can't see what's going on that well because there's no light.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna light a torch. It seemed to
Okay,
make the thing
so
uncomfortable. Before.
You draw a torch from your belt and use your action to light it. Go ahead and put a torch there.
Yeah, and I would light it, but like just set it at my feet.
All right, and then you drop it. All right. Anything else?
I can't. That was my action, so
Yeah.
I lose my rage.
Yep.
Okay.
Remy.
So this is difficult terrain across these bodies right here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bones in the way, so you can't just sprint across there.
Bones. Okay, so 5, 10. Yeah. So I'll move to there. 30
Okay.
feet of movement to there. And then, can I see Lark from here, or is he like hidden behind that pile of rocks?
You can see him. He's on the ground. Looks like he was impaled.
No, no. Um, all right, Remy is going to focus on the skeleton, and he is going to release some Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Uh,
So you
1,
fire.
2, 3.
So
Imagine.
one of those would miss, but the two 23s would strike true as Karash is trying to hit him. You blast him twice, doing 10, 12, and 4, so 26. Oh, and he looks wounded from that flurry of
And Remy's just
blows.
gonna kind of just keep his eyes wide and just kind of tilt his head to the side, just kind of peering out from behind his shield, just watching as they each impact him, and that'll be the end of his turn.
Alright. Adelaine, let me through. 10,
Hit the right one this
20.
time. That was great.
She's gonna double move. She says, "Luck, no!" That's it for her. The Bone Claw goes. He is going to move this way, dragging Karash 10, 20, and as he drags Karash here, a rune on the floor ignites, exploding with necrotic energy. Karash, I need a con save.
Okie dokie.
It seems he pulled you into some sort of trap.
That's very
Alright,
good.
so you would make it, taking 16 points of necrotic damage. He is then going to use his teleport.
Oh no.
Luckily, there's no one nearby him when he teleports.
I would like to use Counterspell, and he is within 60 feet.
Oh, this is an ability, it's not a spell. You haven't seen this thing cast anything yet. This is one
Great,
of his
never
abilities.
mind.
So he is going to poof down here.
I just got
Oh, you know what? I need to check something, because actually that might still hit the guy he's holding. Let me double check. Shadow jump.
No check needed.
Oh, he came towards me. Oh, I'm happy about that.
Yes, you would have to make a con save. Sorry about that, Karash. He does still get to affect you with that.
So another, like a second con save?
Yes, this is for his teleport.
Come on, big money.
Yes, you made it. So he does 14 points more necrotic, half of 29, and yeah, it would teleport.
How's Karash looking?
Parash, I've got blood coming out of everywhere. I look like Randy Marsh when he's
So-
fighting on the Little League.
I didn't hear no
tournament.
bell.
I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, he's extremely withered. He's got a bunch of holes in his side from where he got pierced. He's not looking great. And you can mark yourself as wounded because you're below half. So this one, so they know that you look wounded. But that's it for the Bone Claw, Mr. Chomsky.
I guess I'm gonna ride Carl
So
over to here.
okay, so you give your command, your what's it called? Your bonus action to tell him to move, and he does.
And that was, I believe, here, 15 feet. I can't get past Remy, can I?
That's all difficult terrain, so each of those is 10 feet of movement. I'm not sure how
Can I
much
have
Carl can move.
40? Can I have Carl dash?
Oh yeah, you can. I assume Remy's going to let you through.
Cool. I would like to get up towards Lark.
Okay.
That's another. So that's 20. So I'm at 35, 40, 50.
That would give him an
60.
oppie.
Oh no. Whoopsies. What if I went this way instead?
He
This.
has some pretty long claws. I mean, you could try it, but
Oh man. Cool.
you've seen him stab people who rushed near him before.
Uh, would Aura Vitality? Let me see. Be able to stabilize.
You're not sure what Lark's condition is. It doesn't look like he's
Uh,
moving, though. If he's dead, then no, Aura Vitality wouldn't do anything.
uh. Well, that sucks. Then I guess I'm just going to scoot up right next to him and hit him twice.
He is going
What?
to take a reaction on your mount as you move in. So
Cool.
he slashes with his free claw, attempting to cut down poor Carl. Oh, crit! That's not great.
Oi. Nope.
Hmm? Did someone say no?
I don't know.
Alright, so he would...
Remy uses his reaction and casts Silvery Barbs. You need to re-roll.
Alright, so he'll take another roll.
DC 7.
13, I think, would miss.
Party.
Right. Yeah, so he swings, and luckily Remy is able to distract with the silvery barbs. Spend your reaction, please. And
Yes,
who's
sir.
getting advantage?
Remy will take the advantage for himself.
Okay. Anything else, Gnome?
I'm gonna hit him with my Warhammer.
Alright, so 14 would miss, but you said your Carl was going to attack him as well, right?
I didn't plan on having Carl attack him.
Alright. Oh yeah,
I
'cause
was
he
gonna have
dashed.
him
That's
Carl
right.
dash, yeah.
Koresh. So yeah,
And then could I hit him a second time with my Warhammer?
Yeah, go ahead. 23 would strike. Is this Warhammer magical?
It's infused.
Alright,
So
he
it is
takes
counted as magic.
6. Alright, Koresh, what are you gonna do? You're done, right?
Yes.
Alright, Koresh, what's your plan? Oh, you there, Koresh? Do we lose Koresh?
Nope. Just had to unmute and it took longer than I wanted. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to swing away with my shillelagh. With how much we're all around this, do I have advantage on these attacks?
Unfortunately, I don't think anyone's in the flank position right now.
Yeah,
so
and Fog lost her rage, so...
he's got his back to the wall right now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, New Slog is not raging, so you don't get that.
Yeah, I lost it.
So normal attack for now, anyway.
Okay. So first is 23 to hit.
Whack. Alright, you slam him with the shillelagh for 8.
And that actually adds an extra 1d6 necrotic, so 4 necrotic if he takes necrotic damage from my giant's, whatever it's called, giant's might.
Alright, so another 4.
And then second attack, shillelagh again, once I click back on it.
Whack. Second attack.
For a natural 20.
Woo.
Alright, so he took... Let's see... Did that not
And then
double it?
it looks strange the way that it did it. It's got critical damage under it for 2, like it rolled another 1d8.
Alright, so then it did 8 points of damage.
Oh, I see what it did. And then add another 1d6 to it for an extra 6 damage.
What's the 1d6?
That is necrotic damage from...
Do you get that every
Giant's
attack?
Might. Yeah,
Oh,
I believe so. Once I'm reading it around.
once on each of your turns.
Once on
Yeah.
each of my turns. I'm sorry. Okay, so just the one for that,
Just the whack. Alright.
and just the whack. And honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and action surge and take 2 more attacks.
Alright, so you start moving much quicker as you take another 2 slams at him.
But shouldn't your Giant's Might be doubled also because it was a crit?
No, because he didn't actually get the Giant's Might.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
got it. I used it on the first one. I thought it was every attack, but I didn't read it properly. It's every once a turn, which
Yeah.
is
It's like the
makes sense.
genie's thing.
That'd be
Right,
kind of busted.
Alright, so go ahead, give me
Alright.
2 more attacks, please.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, there's another crit. Fortunately, still
Another-
no Giant's Might, but another 7 points of damage. Whap.
Last one for it. For a
Sure.
23 to hit.
Alright, another 12. So you just let loose on him. Pap, pap, pap. He's looking very wounded, but he is still up.
Man, those crits were such low rolls. That would have been nice. But yeah, that's my turn.
Uslog.
Okay. I'm going to rage.
Ah, spend
Right
another
where I
rage.
And I'll take my
Oh, how many
holy-
rages do you have left for the day?
4.
Okay. So you rage and go for it. Ah.
My
You have flank as
macro.
well.
Alright, just making sure I am using the right one with the cold damage. So I have to make a new. Oh shoot, I don't know if that has it yet. Okay. That-
So 25 would strike, dealing. So you should probably put the cold damage separate. I would say have slashing damage and cold damage, so I know which is which. Because he is actually resistant to cold, so.
I tried to. I thought I did. Okay, I'll figure that
Let
out.
me look at your macro. I could probably.
I don't even see anywhere on here that it says cold, so I must not have saved it.
So 2d6 plus strength. Damage 2 is going to be 1d6 cold.
Okay, there we go.
And that should now work. I'm going to roll it to test it, just to see.
Fancy new sword.
Huh. No, that didn't work. What's going on?
Finds it.
I mean, it's adding it, but... Or wait, did I click the right one? Wait, there are 2 different
Wait.
macros here. Which great
Yeah, I've
sword
got
is
one
which?
for rage, and then one for when I'm not raging.
Alright, which one did I click? Okay.
Just logging her complicated weapons today.
Oh, I think I see what happened. So...
Oh no, it was like your time ran out.
Oh no! I
Yeah.
still have another.
Goodbye.
Alright, so let me check this one. Yeah, that worked. Yep,
I like
both
to
of them
think
are
of it
working.
as like my plug doesn't understand magic all that well. So with
Alright.
these weapons,
So go ahead. So you dealt 10 with the first attack, and I'm assuming, yeah, you're taking your second one, so go ahead.
Yes.
Swing. 25, and just because it's... I don't... Here, I'm going to set it so it doesn't auto-roll damage, because it should not be doing that. But for this turn, that would strike for 25 points, and he is cut down. He says, as he's falling, the Shadowlord shall rise again. And he would actually disappear. Oh no, never mind. He wouldn't disappear, but he would hit the ground and just go motionless. What does the group want to do? Let's it's quiet again.
Check on Lark.
So Lark is unfortunately dead.
Because he's an NPC.
Elaine says, "Gods, no, Lark." And she just hugs him. "You will be remembered, my friend."
Oh man, I don't have any.
If we want to bring back Lark later, I can. I can't do much right now, but I can. It sounds cruel, or not cruel, but it sounds odd.
Zombie?
Preserve him for a little bit.
Adelaine
I guess.
nods. She says, "I'm going to bring him to the front of the cave for now. We can try to get him on our way out. Because
Okay.
we don't really have a way of carrying him, so she's going to kind of bring him back this way."
So this will be a stealth
Remy.
spot. I'll start. Hold on, just 1 second, Remy. I'll just do this real quick and then go.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna put some copper pieces over Lark's eyes and take a little pinch of salt, sprinkle it over his forehead, and cast gentle repose on him.
Okay, protect him from undead magics. All right.
Yes.
So she puts him at the front, gives him a little kiss on the forehead, then comes back. She says, "We were supposed to go home together. This shouldn't have happened. What does the group want to do?"
Remy definitely wants to search this place. For sure. Like he's gonna start venturing down into the dark over this way.
Okay. So you see the remnants of the beholders on the ground there. To the south, there's more caves. What's your passive perception?
Bad. At 11.
Do you have light, or are you in darkness right
Yeah,
now?
I have light on my shield.
Okay. I think I actually set your token to emanate light. No, I didn't. No, never mind.
Oh,
So yeah, you have your torch. Got it. Okay, so that's what's giving light. So you would notice as you're moving through the hallway, strange-looking runes that look like they've been traced onto the walls in blood. You have no idea what they mean, though. Just looks like runic inscriptions that have been painted on the walls. It looks like it's been dry for a while, but you wonder if these have some kind of magic significance. Do you have Arcana?
no, I am not intelligent.
Or do you have religion or nature?
That's a 0 for 3 there.
All right, so yeah, you have no idea what any of these things are.
Ah, I love a good blood painting. Hey, over here, I think I may have found something.
Adeline
What
says,
kind of
we could probably get some essence off the undead. Does anyone have alchemy or religion? Knowledge of the
Noam
undead?
Chomsky.
So she says, if we want to take some time here, we could try to collect their essence. Although it's dangerous to tarry, we might want to move on.
I am going to take a minute with the skeletons and cast Animate Dead, which I'll link to you in a second, but it takes me a minute to cast it.
Alright, so you begin casting.
I wouldn't mind collecting essence.
Don't know if you can actually animate destroyed undead. Well, go ahead, link me Animate Dead.
Seconds, I had to step away from my computer, but I'm coming right back.
So yeah, what about everyone else? What are you all doing?
Noam Chomsky is going to use his all-purpose tool to make some alchemist supplies and then start collecting essence before he runs over to Remy to check out that rune.
All right.
Remy's just kind of spinning, arms out, just like looking at all the blood paintings, just catching them all, and just like, amazing.
So
Uslag would just be kind of walking next to Adeline, just not really saying anything, but just kind of being there, like.
yeah, she looks pretty distraught. So you managed to get about 20 gold pieces worth of skeletal essence off them, Noam Chomsky. And you would finish your animate dead spell. So that makes one skeleton.
Skeleton.
Alright, so.
It's with us for up to 24 hours.
Yep, the skeleton rises. It chatters a bit as it stands up before you. And it just looks
You,
at
sir, will be named cannon fodder.
Just out of curiosity, could you have zombied one of the beholders?
Probably. Probably not with animate dead. I do have something
medium or
else that I
small
can use on
humanoid.
small beast creatures as well, but nothing that would have been relevant for it. If I could just say to Adeline, if you do have any healing spells in there, I am feeling a little winded.
So she seems a little disturbed that you brought a skeleton back to life, but she will nod and walk over, and she's going to cast another Cure Light Wound on you.
Don't be disturbed by this. I can see that on you. In my traveling time, I spent encountering death rituals of all cultures. It's part of the natural cycle, but I only use it when I need to.
She looks at the skeleton. So she heals you for 16, but when you say that, she looks at the skeleton and says, "There's nothing natural about that. Bones aren't meant to walk around."
Chris, you need more heals?
That would be great if you have the capability.
Carl's gonna punch him for 2d6, I believe.
Wouldn't that deal damage?
Choose one creature object within 30 feet. Healing energy flows through the recipient, restoring 2d6.
Oh, so you channel it when you hit a target with a magical weapon attack or your steel defender. Okay. Alright, so you would heal him for 10 with Carl's touch.
Okay, so 26 total. Okay, I'm definitely feeling a little bit better.
It still says 21 on mine.
I'm gonna change it in 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So anyone else do anything? Remy, you said you were walking around over here. Are you going to go any further, or are you just looking around?
Oh yeah, he's just like he's walking, wandering, kind of looking. Not gonna go too far from the group, but he would
Can
definitely be very.
Gnome yell for him to stop moving if there's runes? Stop moving! You might set them off.
True.
Set
I
what
was
off?
pulled into an explosive rune. Be careful where you walk.
Oh, it was a
Oh,
necrotic, a draining rune, but yeah.
the blood paintings. Yes, that's what I see. Yeah, I won't touch them. I promise.
And can I use an Arcana to check to see if I know these?
Yeah, sure.
Or would nature be more
You
appropriate?
could use Arcana or Religion. Either of those would be doable. So you believe that this might be some kind of desecrated hall. This might desecrate this area, which would make certain spells and powers and undead more effective in here.
And has it gone off?
It's just always on.
Oh, okay.
Unless you
Do I know of
cleanse
any
it.
ways that I can turn it off? Cleanse it?
I mean, you could spend time trying to scrape off the symbols, but that could also activate the magics. There are spells that can do it safely. I think there's a couple of different spells. I don't remember what they are offhand that can cleanse
I
desecrated
have. Oh,
ground.
nope. Detect magic. Nope. I don't think I have anything that
I
can do
could
that.
I could try to use prestidigitation just to like.
Clean them.
Yeah, kind of like try and clean the blood off, kind of from a distance. I mean, I guess I have 10 feet. It's only a
When he
10-foot
says
range.
that, give me an Arcana check. No, you might know something. So you believe that if these are cursed runes, even if he cleanses them from a distance, they may attack him.
Remy, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Maybe we leave them for now until we figure something else out.
Very well, fine.
All right. So, is anyone else doing anything with these bones or the dead? I mean, what's the group doing right now?
Would shrink back down to my regular size
Beep, boop, boop,
and
boop, 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 boop.
scoop scoop, and walk myself down closer to the group, roughly over here. Command my
Are we?
zombie to come with me.
All right.
Do the beholders have any essence or anything that I could collect?
Yeah. If you have again alchemy or religion, because they're undead, you can attempt to collect from them.
I'll use my alchemy kit.
All right. So you spend some time, and you would get. You would get 50 gold pieces worth of Beholder Zombie Essence. You just need to have something to put it in. So you'd have to, if you aren't already carrying that essence type, you'd need to expend another glass vial.
We'll do that.
Okay.
As I'm watching him, I would just, out of curiosity, just kind of poke my head over towards him. What is that? What is that for? It is. What are you gonna do with it?
Who knows, but it seems like it could be useful. Probably
I
make
mean,
magic out of it.
you would know that essence can be used to craft magical components. It can also be used in rituals as well as, like you said, crafting magical items.
Yes,
If
I'm
you want to
going
explain that
to
to him.
go to the library and figure out how to put these in items.
So Adelaine would be looking around the cave as you two are talking and say, "Which way should we go?"
Well, we've got a lot of paths to choose from. I don't know if we want to. I don't know if we want to risk taking any time for a small rest. Probably not. But well, never mind. Never mind.
It might be worth doing, but we might want to find a spot that isn't so out in the open. More of these things could be around. We might
Yeah, I agree.
we might want to hide ourselves somewhere.
I can do this if you guys want to join me. Gnome pulls out a rope and you
Well,
cast a spell. Oh, yeah, go
so
ahead.
she says, "I don't know. While this is a good idea, maybe we should go somewhere else in the cave in case we come out and there's a bunch of things, because this is in the middle of 4 different passageways. Maybe
Seems like a
find
highly
maybe find a dead end somewhere or just a side passage where we could not be as easily maybe detected."
Always the logical one.
Yeah,
She
can we
smiles
take a
at
look
you.
to the south here?
Yeah. So the north has the expended trap. The south has more runes. Over here, you see more cave areas. And actually, Remy, when you get here, you think you see something in the shadows down to the south here. It looks like someone leaning up against a wall.
Remy becomes a stalactite or mite, whichever one comes from the ground.
So you cast a spell.
I do.
All right, so Remy does some chanting, and suddenly there's a stalactite there.
I'll do a bonus action mental connection with Usalog. I believe she is within range. I think it has to just be 30 feet. Yep. And I'll say, I think I see someone over here. Quiet. Maybe go from the south. I'm in the stalactite.
Uslog looks up to the ceiling because she knows stalactites are on the ceiling.
I'm in the stalagmite.
Uslug actually has survival, so she's like, you're using that wrong. Actually, it's stalagmite.
Tight. It hangs tight from the ceiling, and it has to be mighty to
I'm
grow.
on the ceiling.
Oh wow, I'm gonna remember that forever.
Yeah, I learned that when I was a kid. Lots of
Wait. How do I remember it? How do I remember it?
Stalactites hang tight from the ceiling, and they have to be mighty to grow from the ground. I don't know. I learned it as a kid.
Brilliant. Love that.
It works.
Love that.
So yeah, after that is cleared up mentally, that little exchange.
Yeah, we're just like going back and forth, like mental. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. I'm like, shut up.
She would next to you, not stealthy
Yeah,
at all.
See
And just
something like I.
freaked out.
Yeah, do you have actually. Yeah, you would have some light from Remy, this stalagmite, which is glowing.
The stalagmite just absorbs, it expands and absorbs Uslog. It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's a glowing stalagmite, but yeah, you see something looks like leaning against the wall in the shadows down here. Doesn't look like it's moving though.
It's a person.
Who goes there?
It does
Shut
not
up.
answer. It still remains motionless,
says the
whatever
rock.
it is.
I pull
What's
up my sword.
your perception, Uslog?
Passive is 15.
Oh, okay, so you think it might be some sort of it looks humanoid to you, but it looks like it does not. It doesn't look like it has skin. It looks more like a statue of some kind.
Just pull out my sword. I don't trust it.
Okay, so you have your sword in hand.
Leave me to glow in peace.
Hey, right. I'd move forward.
All right, as you do that, suddenly a rune lights up near you,
Oh no.
and there is an explosion of necrotic
Wait,
energy.
can I counterspell that? Can I counterspell it?
No, it's not actually a spell. It's more like a rune. I think you'd have to counterspell the actual rune spell when it's cast.
Casting of it?
Yeah, you can't
okay.
counter it once it goes off. So everyone within 20 feet, which I think is just you two, I need a con save as you are engulfed in a dark miasma.
Sorry, Remy.
And it says, it's okay. I'm just glowing over here.
DC is alright, so Remy made it. Unfortunately, Uslog is kind of caught off guard. It's 30 points of necrotic or 15 if you made it. So Uslog, you took 30. Remy took 15. And the energies are now spent.
I'm just disabling. I'm just clearing the path.
Yeah, great. Do you mind looking for any more before...
Oh, and I think you need a
Did
con
he-
check to keep your spell, Remy, because technically that is concentration.
Just blow up your
Totally.
Yeah, so you do manage to hold the spell.
plugs, blow up.
Are you okay, you two? Does so,
You don't know I'm here!
So Adelaine walks up. She says, "Let me take a look," and she's using her godly perception. Karash, everyone, move forward. Let's stay close.
Did the statue-looking figure make any sort of movement or sound or anything when that happened?
So as you, she says, "Karash, no, come north. Don't go around that way. We don't know what's in that hallway."
The ground made me nervous, but you're right. Okay, I'll walk up this way, the safe way.
All right. So as she walks forward, she says, "Oh, it's some sort of. What would you look like, Mary?" Are you there, Mary?
Yeah. So how close is she?
So she would probably walk right up to you.
Okay. So there's like a little construct of brass and wood. The body's roughly the size of an adult and about 3 feet tall. The hull is like dotted by fine brass rivets and pins. The metal's really smooth and kind of gleams a little bit. There's like a hinged jaw and like some round, like ocular kind of orbs that are at the moment are dark. Um, there's some etchings on the upper chest below the left shoulder. It kind of looks like an open book design. And there's a shield that's seamlessly attached to the left forearm, but there don't appear to be any weapon.
What is it?
I don't know. So,
Yep.
Uslag, what would you look like to this small, seemingly inanimate creature?
Oh, well, she's human looking and with like dark hair, kind of tangled, wearing furs and leather, very simple. And she's very strong looking. Um,
Not that you can actually
now
see
she
her
doesn't-
yet, but
yeah, right now she doesn't look so great. She's a little withered and bloodied. And holding a great sword.
all right. What about Koresh?
I'd step forward to get a better look at this, but you see about a 7.5 foot Loxodon walk towards you in really simple garb as well, mostly just covered in a thick gray hide, bloodied as well, a chipped tusk, holding a club, and has a scampering little zombie in tow that's walking around with it, but is mostly harmless. And Crash would just think to himself, like, this kind of reminds him of Carl. He's not very familiar with mechanical workings or any kind of engineering, so this would be a really foreign object to him.
Would I fireball it? I don't
Hold
trust
up,
it.
hold up, Remy. Before we fireball it, let me take a closer look at this thing.
You tell me when. And his eyes just kind of go wide. He's just like staring at it, like, just tell me when.
I hop
Second
off of Carl's back and walk over, and you see me poking around a little bit. And then, yes. And I pull a crystal out and place it in
Does
the middle of her.
anyone have a passive perception of 14 or over?
Uslag would.
So Uslag.
I do as well.
Uh, Uslag, do you remember the shadow crystals?
Yes.
So Gnome pulls out something that looks like a shadow crystal, but it doesn't have the usual like miasma that you remember coming off a lot of these crystals. It seems like there's almost like a glow from the darkness inside. It's very odd looking to you. It looks like a shadow crystal, but somehow maybe more powerful or more refined. You wonder where he got that.
Where did you get that? She just
Oh, there's
asks
there's
very like deadpan.
questions we can answer later. There are questions we can answer later. Let me take care of this first.
Okay, she just looks at it uneasily, but lets you go.
And
So
I
Koresh, yeah, you would see this too, but you would have no real reference point of what this thing is.
I would like to, as he's saying we can talk about this later. Remy also sees something of like great value there. He's gonna spend 2 sorcery points and cast Detect Thoughts on Gnome.
Okay, and that gives you what, surface thoughts?
Yeah, it gives me surface thoughts and it's cast subtly, so it's without material, somatic, or verbal components.
All right, so he would seem excited to you about something. Gnome, you're gonna put the crystal in.
Yep.
All right, so you put the crystal in as Remy's doing this. You would see as you close the receptacle, the little being suddenly raises its head, looking around at all of you. What are you gonna do, Arapel?
Boop, 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 boop. Launching initiation protocol. Identification TK421 version 2. Designation Arapel. Assignment Guardianship. Status. Status. Boop, boop, boop. Error. Memory malfunction.
Sounds a little like Rune.
Kill it.
No,
No, Remy, no.
no. This
Remy is mortified, terrified. Like he's never been so scared of something in his life.
And as terrified as Remy is, Gnome is excited.
So,
Alright.
as
Gnome is
this,
gonna. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. As
I was
this,
gonna. Yeah. All right.
Go
got
ahead,
it.
Go
It's
ahead,
you.
Arapel. You go first.
as this like initiation sequence goes, there's kind of some beeps and boops and whirring and motorized sounds, and the eyes, the two orbs, kind of illuminate, and they begin. They're a very soft glow, but they are kind of a light, illuminated light, and they begin rotating very slowly between three colors: a pale blue, a pale yellow, and a pale green.
Remy is so shook at his silent image is starting to fade and flicker.
Were you saying something, Gnome?
I just wanted to say, yes, my friend. This will do for now, but we'll have to find you something better in the future. Let me introduce myself as Gnome Chomsky, famous professor.
All right, so Arapel will focus on Gnome as he's saying this and kind of compute a bit. Boop, boop. This identity is unknown. Your assistance is appreciated. Awakener.
I look back at Uslag and say, apparently I'm not that famous. How disappointing. But nevertheless, my friend, Airpaul, this is Uslag standing closest to me. Koresh is the giant elephant in the room. And I don't know where Remy went, but we're all friends here.
Might.
Please identify here.
She like points to like all the stalagmites in the area. I don't know which one.
Remy, quick question. Are you trying to probe deeper with that spell you cast? Or are you just gonna end it?
No, I'm just gonna end it. If he,
Okay.
it's excitement, it's joy. He's kind of he doesn't want to penetrate into Noam Chomsky's mind and have him know that he did it. So if he's getting like if he's getting happy, not like I don't know something that may like set off red flags, he'll leave it at that.
All right. So you would
Did we do descriptions of everyone?
did we get everyone? I think we still need Remy. But he's
I also
technically.
Stalagmite.
Oh yeah, I guess we need Chomsky too. So Chomsky, what would
Yeah.
you look like to Arapel?
Chomsky is a short, gnome-looking character with wild, mad scientist hair, and he's kind of decked out in clothes that have been used way too much with way too many pockets. And he's got his friend Carl standing next to him, who is mechanical ogre-like character.
Oh, he's like an ogre sized.
Yeah.
No.
Or, let me double check how big ogres are. Maybe orc sized. Yeah, orc sized, not ogre sized. Sorry.
In the background, you'll just see the stalagmite gliding across the ground, getting closer to you.
It's a little bit disconcerting.
Until he gets to right there, and then Remy's just gonna until he feels, and he's like, and then he'll just step out of it, and then he'll just like get in, like he's like squinting his eyes and like looking like down at you, just like really, and just kind of cocking his head to the side, like not really saying anything. But so Remy has like the red and black like patchwork colored kind of like a jester's hat coming down, and where the bells are at the end, the inner ringing parts have been removed. So when he turns, they don't make a sound. But it's basically like red and black robes, very wild looking eyes, pale, gaunt face, like some black grease around the eyes that really accentuate the eyes. Tall, skinny, and has a shield and basically an orb in one hand, and he's a little unsettling if it was for like a human, but who knows how this uh, automaton may
Per-
interact with him.
Professor Chomsky, do you know what this is? It says its name's Arapel. Is it like one of the? Is it some sort of warforged?
That's exactly what it is.
Sounds a
Looks
lot
like,
like Rune, but no dress. It's not wearing a dress.
and probably not
No
cookies.
cookies.
Yeah, no cookies.
Oh.
Oh.
He'll go ahead and stand up and is just like kind of listening to you all. The eye color shifting gradually continues, and he kind of computes as he listens.
If you have history, anyone with history can make a history check at disadvantage. You might know something about style.
Nope.
Nope.
Don't believe I
Okay.
do.
So Arapel looks very strange to you. The design of this Warforged. Yeah, it definitely looks unique, and you wish you knew more about where he may have come from, but unfortunately, without history, you have no idea.
I would ask because I'd be like, oh, we have a friend, Rune. She's from the fourth cycle. Fourth cycle? Is that where you're from? When you're from? You look a little different.
Boop, 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 boop. This identity is not known to me.
Do you
What
not?
is what is sorry, go ahead. What is the current cycle? What is the current date?
Good question.
It's the 13th cycle, small one. The date
Oh,
is
maybe
68th of fall, I believe.
1157.
Boop, 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 boop.
cycle is Rune from. Like, oh man, I can't remember.
This does not compute.
11th cycle. 11th cycle, I think. Whose log's just like, I don't know.
Are you just
I
going
am
to keep
unable
saying
to.
cycle Zeus log? Because you said 6, now
Eventually
it's
you'll
the
get one right.
11th.
I am unable to retrieve any data for this cycle.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're in a cave, and I'm assuming you've been here a while. Doesn't look like you've had any power.
Please identify this location.
We're in the Shadowfell computer thing.
Boop, boop. The shadow fell, and he will rattle off like an academic definition of the shadow fell.
This is correct. Do you know what sort
Do you-
of creatures are in here? How long have you been here?
Boop, 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 boop. Information unavailable. Files corrupted.
Do you know how to get out of the Shadowfell, little computer?
He might give like a textbook, like vague summary of like access between planes requires, certain magic. Very,
Right.
very like high
To
level.
get out of the
vague, useless.
Shadowfell, you just leave.
No,
Right.
it might be like what you might read like as a textbook summary or something that like, no
There are
specific
multiple
spells
ways
or
that one might. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Do we have a walking Wikipedia with us now? This is fantastic.
Yeah. Right.
Well, it might depend on the knowledge you're looking for and what time and place would have valued that knowledge or recorded that knowledge or had that knowledge in their library.
Does Arapel have knowledge arcana?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, Yeah, she would probably have some information stored on different ways that you can enter or leave the Shadowfell, but nothing of much help to the group of actually
But
doing it.
you might get the impression, maybe not exactly from this one question, but as you ask him questions and he delivers answers, you might get the impression that this is someone who's read a lot but not done any field.
Right. A lot of, yeah, no street smarts, a lot of book smarts. Well, don't you worry, little computer. I have all the street smarts and zero book smarts. We are fair. Yeah.
Well, we should keep our voices down. Maybe try to look for a spot to do that rope trick.
Yes.
And
I
before we
didn't
do,
know I'd showed you my rope trick.
She just looks at you strangely.
I look back just as strangely. I was like, I don't remember.
I believe it
I'm
was
learning more and
Miss.
more that
I believe
Remy
it
is
was
like a cat.
Professor Chomsky
What?
who is the one who does the rope trick.
You also have a rope trick? And he's just wide-eyed.
Yes, you've seen yo-yos before.
Yes, they
Uh,
go up and they go down.
what if
Up and
we
down.
hide in the corner, or should we continue exploring these caves to try to find a
So
better spot?
she points to this little alcove. She says, maybe near the wall there. It'll be more hidden by the rocks.
Uh, that looks like a great place.
All right.
I'm gonna have Carl venture down the hallway first.
All right. So you see more of these runes scribed on the wall. These blood runes. Definitely makes this place unsettling.
Oh, more of that fine art, I see.
But yeah, you don't see anything else in this hallway that would be dangerous. What is Carl Hornome's perception?
Ooh, gnomes is terrible. I believe his is. Yep. And then Carl, we're looking at 10.
All right, so both of them are terrible. So yeah, you don't really see anything other than these markings.
Crash had a passive perception of 18, by the way.
Ah, all right. So Koresh, as you're coming down the hallway, and that's not just with smell, right? That's normal.
That's normal. Smell, I have advantage on, things that would be smell based.
So somewhere nearby, in front of you, you would hear what sounds like movement, but you don't see anything because obviously it's around the corner.
Little
Yeah.
computer, what is that sound?
You all said you. Oh, okay. So if you ask him a specific question, he would stop and listen. However, Arapel's perception is 10, so I imagine he doesn't hear anything.
No, you don't
And
hear anything.
what do we call you, little calculator?
Designation is Arapel.
Arapel, could
Arapel.
you lower your voice a bit and no more beeping? There might be enemies in the area.
He hunches a little bit, oops. You guys said you look bloodied, right?
Yes.
I think
Uh,
And
Koresh
I'm
does a
assuming
little bit.
Koresh
I
before.
definitely do.
Yeah.
yeah, Koresh
Um,
looks pretty beat up.
So he's now going to come over to Koresh and he's going to speak in a voice where he's clearly trying to be quieter, and he is a little bit, but probably not super effective. But it's like very obviously like a weird thing for him to try. So, but he's like, I can assist you with this wound, if you will allow me.
What are you gonna do? I'm not used to automatons touching me, but yeah, okay.
I am trained in the medical arts.
Well, by all means, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth.
So he's gonna press like a place on his chest, and a little panel pops open, and he reaches in, and he produces like a little pot of salve and some bandages, and he starts bandaging you.
Alright, so you
It
quickly apply.
stings a bit.
Yeah, quickly applying this, you would gain 17 crash.
plus 15 modifier. What the hell? That's amazing.
Damn, son.
This is actually the healing feat. So 12 of that 15
Uh,
is the number of hit dice of the target.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I also was hit. Usalog did it really, but I'm also hurt.
Wait, we should get someplace safe before we start doing this. There could be something up ahead.
Yes, I hear some movements. I hear some movement nearby. Maybe we walk a bit to the west and try this rope trick if nothing can see us.
He looks back and forth between Adeline and Remy, like a kid who's getting different directions from mom than from dad. He doesn't know which one to follow.
Oh,
I'll
You
point
stick next
point
to me,
backward and
little.
say, just walk this way. Walk this way a bit. I hear some noises to the northeast that we're not ready for yet.
Please tell me you have an interesting walk, so that when you say walk this way,
Wait, no,
we can like
no,
emulate.
Miss
Walk this way.
Professor. That's where the noises are coming from.
oh,
Yeah, other west. Other west.
Uh,
I'll just kind of go this way a little bit.
I don't know. None of these areas look safe. Maybe we should just try it somewhere.
I think it'll be a risk no matter what, but
uh,
we have some respite. It would be very helpful.
All right. So you want to try to cast it somewhere, Mister No, Mister or Professor Chomsky?
yes, yes.
All right. Go ahead and
Uh,
link the spell, or did you already? No, you didn't.
I will relink it. I did not recently.
I believe we can see out of it, so we'll be able to choose.
Yeah. So link it as if you're casting it. Like actually press the cast button so it can record the spell usage. Or wait, are you doing this as a?
Cool. There we go. It is not a ritual.
Okay. So you pull out some powdered cornet extract and a little rope as you channel energy, suddenly throwing the rope upward, and it seems to stick in the air as it leads up into some sort of magical space.
Everybody crawl in. And Gnome climbs up the rope with the help of Carl and disappears into
So
the door.
unfortunately, the skeleton is not going to fit with all the people you have.
Yeah, I'm leaving the skeleton out anyway.
He'll just stand there.
And just
Have
yeah,
him
just
lean against the wall and look dead.
All right, but the rest of you climb up into this space up above Noam Chomsky. So you're all kind of in this area. And I assume you pull the rope up.
Yep.
All right, and you're attempting to do an hour rest. Give me a d20 roll for events.
anybody or no?
Just anybody. All right, so 5. All right. So time is passing up here. The skeleton is just sort of standing down below.
During the rest, I would go ahead and heal Remy since he requested it.
Okay. So you use a
Or bandage him, yeah.
healing
not
on
good.
him before the rest, I
Ooh.
believe, right?
Yeah.
That
And
is
then
so good.
during the rest, Arapel would like to. Technically, he's casting a spell, but I'd like to reskin it as him pulling parts out of his little chest cavity and tinkering with something.
All right.
I
What
feel
is?
better already.
Find
Thank you.
familiar.
All right. So it looks like you see this little creature doing some sort of assembling as it channels magic. But about 20 minutes into the rest, as you are up here, you see a group of creatures approaching from the east hallway.
I was going to do one thing as soon as we got up there, if I could.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm going to talk to Gnome and say, do you still have that necrotic resistant armor? This place seems to be full of necrotic energy, and I've taken quite a few blows from it already. Do you think I could have that from you?
Turn to Carl. Reach into one of his little compartments, pull out that armor, and hand it to Gresh.
All right, and that was the leather.
I
Which
believe so.
which armor was that?
So that's the leather armor. I don't know a name of it. It was resistant to necrotic. We
Yes.
talked a little bit about what my armor class would be with this. That's got
Okay.
a 12 AC with natural armor. Would I keep my 16 or would it drop to 12?
It's magical studded leather. It's not just leather.
If your natural armor is higher, then you keep your
Yeah,
natural armor.
it would use the higher amount, so you would use your natural. But as these things come down the hallway, they look pretty scary.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely. Lovely.
What the?
They sort of glide as if some sort of dark necrotic spirits underneath you. They don't seem to pay much heed to your skeleton, as it just kind of stands there, staring dead-eyed at nothing. And they just continue moving this way. They stop and examine the beholders, looking around. Does let's see. So it starts speaking some strange wispy language. Does anyone speak
Primordial.
Elven?
oh,
No.
All
Nope.
right. So yeah, they're speaking in wispy voices.
do we have Sister Adeline with us? Because I believe
Yeah,
she's been telling.
Adelaine does. Lark did as well, but he's
Adeline, if you say something to her, she kind of shushes you and says, "I'm listening. I'll tell you in a moment." But you hear some more voices, and one of them sort of opens its mouth and goes, ah, making a loud noise that starts echoing through the caverns. A moment later, they
Oh, no.
continue down the hallway. And she says, I believe they are some sort of guards. They were telling the other one to search around. I believe they were yelling a warning to alert someone else that something's happened here. We should probably finish our rest and move on quickly. Unfortunately, we still have about a half hour left. So
During this time, could I use mending to heal up Carl?
yes,
Pull out my little hammer and keep
yeah.
beating on him.
So you're kind of like hammering at him, ting, 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 like
Yep.
banging out all the dents, and you would heal
Does the
him
rope
up.
trip conceal our sounds or noise?
Oh, good question.
That's a good question.
Because I know the tiny hut does not, so I just wanted to check.
Well, this one's an extra dimensional
Dimensional,
space.
so
Oh,
we're
then
in
we
a
should be
different
fine.
dimension right
Yeah,
now.
we should be fine. Okay.
Yes. So I think you can see out, but you're technically almost like spectral up here. Let me double check.
Yeah, it's invisible. Yeah, those inside can see out as if through a 3 by 5 foot window centered on the rope. It doesn't say anything about sound, though.
Is there anything that any of us could potentially have known about those monsters that walked by?
So yeah, I guess you wouldn't technically be able to hear what they were doing. You can just see out. So you're not sure. Never mind. You're not sure what they said.
Would any of us be able to possibly know anything about these monsters with a roll or any type
Yeah.
of?
So religion, because they're undead, might tell you something.
Yes.
So
Wikipedia
I actually
strikes
prefer
again.
for those to. I prefer my nat 20s to show up in combat personally, but
Same.
Hey, this could help us out in combat. You never know.
maybe yeah.
So Owlips are, it's an Owlip. They're interesting beings. They are creatures that learn some sort of powerful or magical secret. The power of the secret was enough to rip them asunder, causing their spirit to warp and become this strange necrotic creature. So
So
they
it's like,
retain the secret after they die, but yeah, they kind of turn into these evil beings that carry the secret around with them.
okay. Would I know anything about their fighting abilities or
So
vulnerabilities?
you know that they are resistant to most elements: acid, fire, lightning, thunder, and non-magical attacks. You know they're immune to cold, necrotic, and poison. And they're immune to a bunch of different conditions like charmed, exhausted, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, and restrained. You know that they can cause madness as well, so it's very dangerous to engage them because the
Okay.
secrets they whisper can unravel the mind of living creatures.
Okay. So it's a lot to regurgitate, but let's say that Earpelt kind of gives some useless textbook information on like them, and then sprinkles in a little bit about, um, you know, elemental and mundane damage is not effective against them, and um, very, very, they're hearing some of their speech is very dangerous to us mentally, things like that.
I just imagine that you're giving us like every single footnote possible, like first encountered by so and so in the 12th
Yes,
age,
exactly.
reported
That kind
here,
of,
and it's like all right,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Let's get to the beef of it.
It's not always like excessively long, but it's clearly like from a book and sometimes useless kind of details.
All right, so let's say that the short rest has passed. An hour passes. So if you want to take a short rest, spend one of your short rests as a resource, and then you can spend hit dice and regain abilities if you spend a short rest. And let's take a quick 5-minute break as well. Stretch break for bathroom and such before we move on.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna short rest.
So one hit die to roll for short rest.
You can roll as many as you
roll.
want,
Yeah.
but you only get half back on a long rest.
That's a fair point.
That was a good roll.
Yeah. That look like.
Christmas colors there.
I know. Well, I have the durable feat though, so if I roll below 6, I just get 6 or something like.
Better.
I can never get like below 6 back.
Also, Miri, I want to say your introduction was fantastic, by the way.
I wasn't exactly sure how going to have my activation go, so I was just kind of waiting and seeing like
No, that was great. You did a really good job.
if he was gonna like give you guys a puzzle or something.
Super cool.
So-
Luckily,
Super
we have an
cool. I
artificer.
really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely makes sense for Gnome to have a connection to bring you in, being healed in this regard. So now I like it already. So the healing feat that you you said it reacts off of our own hit die.
Yeah. So like I just went ahead and put the 11 in the macro because we are level 11, right?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. So I went ahead and just put 11 in the macro, but basically it's the 1d6 or I think it's 1d4, 1d6, whatever, plus 4, and the 4 never changes, plus a number equal to the maximum number of hit die of the target, which is like the most confusing, like stupid way to do an ability, but it works. It's useful, so yeah. So it's just basically, I mean, healer kits are 5 gold for 10 charges. So this is like just really cheap extra heal. Is the healer, and the healer feat is amazing at lower levels. It's still useful at these higher levels, but it's amazing at low levels.
Yeah, you were able to give me like 21 hit points back. Like, yeah, that's great.
Oh, wait. This might be weird if I do this again. Alright, I'm gonna roll one more, so I'll have 3 total. Okay, so that brings me back up to... Alright, Karash is able to wipe most of the blood away, and is feeling way, way better from the short rest.
He pulled a little Wolverine, and all his wounds heal up in 10 minutes.
Yeah, with a lot of help.
So I was thinking, I have this little spell storing item that right now is charged with 10 invisibilities. Should we cast that over everybody in our party to venture through?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I got 10 casts of invisibility if we want to quietly sneak through this cave and explore.
That sounds fantastic. Does that
Cool.
reset, or is that something that you can just do 10 times and then it's gone forever?
I could put any spell in it once a day.
Oh, wow.
Like you have to reload it once the spells are
Yes,
used,
yeah.
and you use
Yeah.
spell slots to do that. But then, yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
this zombie will last 24 hours. So if we're invisible, we can have this thing walk first, and if sounds do still transmit.
Well, you control it for 24 hours. It'll last longer than that.
Good
I did not
distinction.
know that about the
I
spoiler.
didn't either.
Lou, you missed an opportunity there. You waited 24 hours and then taught us that lesson a different way.
No, he has religion. He would know.
Okay.
That's why everyone hates necromancers, because they leave their hostile undead all around when they're done with them.
Irresponsible
pretty-
That makes a
necromancy.
lot.
Yeah, it's like littering. You just leave a bunch of murderous skeletons walking around. It's like, well,
Worst
that's
form of
just
littering.
and then just stabs you in the face. Oh God, it's berserk.
So when we finished the rest, Arapel's been like tinkering and putting some parts together and adjusting, and towards the end of the long rest, he would kind of lift up what he'd been building kind of on his hands and kind of like open them, and the little object in his hands like spreads some wings and kind of like takes flight. And it's that's the wrong macro. Sorry, that's Arapel. And there's like a little clockwork sparrow fluttering around our space now.
Oh my God, you're Gur.
Sweet.
I'm what?
You're Gur from Invader Zim.
Oh, I don't know it.
Oh, you look like literally like that's like exactly like Gur. It's
Well,
adorable.
it's art I found on Google, so it may well
Yeah.
be me.
Yeah, I think it might be. It looks exactly like it. That's great.
But it's real tiny. Like it's the size of like a sparrow, so it's a real small little bird.
That is awesome.
I mean, more pop culture, I guess, but it's like that Futurama episode where all the robots go to the island. Or they discover robots can create life, and they go through evolution incredibly quickly.
I'm gonna step away for a moment. I'll be right back.
Did you say it's Futurama?
There's an episode of Futurama where they go to this other planet and start observing essentially like robots going through the stages of evolution, and they start out really small as like these nanobots, and they just keep growing and growing and expanding and creating each other to the point where like they like supersede any kind of reality, and they're like lifeless forms afterwards. It's just a robot making another object. It's just kind of in that same vein.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I watched Futurama in the early season. I always meant to go back and binge the rest, but I never have, so I haven't seen a lot of it.
About it.
I've
Great
even
show.
cosplayed
Very
Weehua, but
Oh, yeah. Well, even if you just watched, 1 or 2 episodes of Invader Zim, I'd recommend it for just the character Gur. I
Yes.
think it was canceled. It was canceled around the time SpongeBob came on, so there's not a lot of it.
Oh,
But
so it's not recent at all.
no, no, I absolutely loved that show growing up. Probably too much, but it was one of my favorites as a kid.
One great thing about having a young child is you get to revisit all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. What's on your how old's your kid?
She just turned 9 months old 2 days ago, so she's real little. So we don't do much TV. But
You just
yeah.
got a running list of what you're gonna
Oh
introduce her
yeah.
to.
Oh, I look forward to Saturday morning cartoon.
So, at some point, while when Sprocket takes flight, when the little clockwork sparrow takes flight, um, if anyone is kind of watching, they might or might not notice that Arapel's like the shifting eye colors, they stop and stay on blue for a little while as he watches the little bird flutter around. And then after a few cycles, the bird actually comes back to Arapel and kind of goes in Arapel's little chest cavity, and he kind of closes it up, and then his eyes go back to their normal shifting.
Interesting. I know we're still technically on a break, but
Yeah.
Karash would ask you about your memory banks and say, Arapel, you mentioned that your memory banks are corrupted. I don't know exactly what that means for you, but what do you remember last?
I am unable to retrieve data regarding my origin, age,
All right, I'm back.
assignment, or how I came to be in this place. Other memory logs are unaffected. I am working on decrypting the corrupted files.
Take your word for it.
So, after the hour passes, I assume you're all climbing down, as hoping not to just get expelled.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't
Yes.
want to
Yeah.
drop 60 feet.
Nope. Does not sound fun. It's only 10 feet. I only have a 10-foot rope for that reason.
When we climb out, like Arapel's like little feet and hands kind of like come apart into like digits just for the climb. And when he gets to the bottom and like kind of not drops the last, like not that he jumps down the last foot or anything like that. It's just a couple inches, but when he kind of like like hits the ground, the sound like is not what you would expect. It sounds like something significantly heavier than you would expect this small creature to weigh hitting the ground.
Arapel, I see you have a shield with you. Do you have any fighting capabilities?
Affirmative. I am trained in guardianship.
So let's say a group swarms you and attacks you. How would you fend them off?
He opens the little cavity in his chest and he pulls out a war pick. And then he puts it back in and he pulls out a long sword. And then he puts it back in and he pulls out a battle axe. I have many options available for this situation.
Uzlok laughed. He has more weapons than I do.
Also,
That's
you would
great.
note that that little cavity would not be able to hold all of those weapons unless it was magical in some way.
Our new friend is full of surprises. This is interesting.
Well, he certainly could be of value to us, but we might want to move on, see if we can find out where these cultists are in this cave.
I'm going to expend 8 slots of my spell storing item to make everybody in the party invisible.
So that would be everyone but your skeleton.
Yes.
You can do that and not have to concentrate on all of them.
Yes.
Actually, no, that is correct. Yeah, you would have to concentrate, so you can only do one person at a time.
Oh.
Oh
Someone else
no!
concentrate for him, like on different ones?
No, because he's
I'm
linked
sorry.
already.
Because we're not attuned to the item. Okay, gotcha.
Just kidding. Guess that idea
It's a good
didn't work.
idea. Yeah, it's a good
We
idea.
tried. We tried.
Might be good
I
if we
mean,
have to send a scout ahead or something.
Yeah, you still have to
yeah,
concentrate on spells from the ring.
maybe make Carl invisible.
Ooh.
And then you'd be just like a terrifying riding a invisible map, like you're floating through the air.
Floating. Yeah, yeah.
Does anyone know
Hmm.
what these cultists look like? Are they just more shadow elves that we're seeking?
I
I'm
don't
not sure
actually
if we.
know if we got that
Yeah,
information. That would probably
I wonder if
I'm
these.
uncomfortable here.
I wonder if these undead are the actual cultists. That one did say something about shadow lords.
Except we didn't actually hear that.
Well, he
No,
said
you
it.
did. It was the other one that died. The
Oh, before we
skeleton
were
one.
in the rope trick? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he praised the Shadowlord and said it was something along the lines like he was going to reign or come back, or I don't remember exactly, as he
Can
died.
we move? I feel exposed.
Which way,
Or Carl
Remy?
starts moving.
Why, if you leave it up to me, I will just roll a die.
Oh, another thing. This group needs a leader and a quartermaster because our leader and quartermaster left. So
I thought that the inventory looked a lot like Darcy's inventory from the other
it
game.
is. Yeah, she was the quartermaster. Uh, does anyone want to take over for who's going to track the items we get, or you just want to split them as soon as you get them?
I don't mind taking over for the quartermaster,
All right, so that's.
or I can do my best attempt.
I'm going to just call you Professor Chomsky from now on.
That sounds great.
All right.
For the leader, what do you have in mind for that?
What do I have in mind? It's not my decision. I mean, the leader is sort of like a meta role. It's more just to wrangle all the geese and put you all in a row to tell me what you're doing, so you don't just sit there for like an hour discussing things.
I can give it a shot. If anybody else wants to take it over, but
That's
I'll
Koresh.
take that. I'll take that on.
All right. And that's just to kind of, I mean, not that you have to bully people and to like stop RPing, but it's just to try to like give me what the group wants to do. Also,
Like
someone
when we've
is
got a
echoing
bunch
me.
of like when we've
Who's
got a
echoing
bunch
me?
of different like options and we've put them all on the table, but we're all kind of indecisive on which one to go with. And we're all kind of like, I don't know, what do
Yeah.
you want to do? Yeah.
Koresh, I think you're echoing.
Sorry, my headphones just died. Let me make sure. Hold on.
You might need to just switch to push to talk or something.
Okay, let me mute myself. I'll change that.
All right. So, yeah, what does the group want to do? It's probably about 12:30 after that hour. You don't see any obvious enemies in the area now, but you definitely hear movement from deeper within the cave. Koresh and why do I forget her name right away?
Paul.
Koresh and Adelaide, especially, because I think they have
Is
the highest perceptions.
is Karash still wounded?
I don't think so. He might have just
Okay.
not taken his heart off yet.
I assume Blast is. That's what, 10 minutes, or is it less? It might even be a minute. I forget.
I mean, we are here to exterminate cultists. Why don't we go towards the noise?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
We do have a clear path away from. Whoops, I hit the wrong one. Dang it. We did watch that group walk away from the east. I know there's still the north to explore, but
We do know that the force has left there. Maybe east is the way to go for right now.
Yeah, unless they circled back around. It's been what, half an hour since they passed?
Yeah, they passed about half an hour ago.
So we could either if they're going in a circle, we could cut them off. I suppose.
Would you like to engage with them, or do you want to walk around and try to avoid them?
Oh, I want to destroy them all. I don't know about you guys.
Yes.
Uslag chooses violence.
Boop, 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 boop. Storing information.
So to the east.
Where?
And his little
Yeah.
boops are like slightly muted now, like his version of a whisper.
Oh. All right. We should go quietly, if possible. Yeah.
Stealthily, yeah.
Although we have
Alright.
lights,
I was gonna say, what are we doing about these lights?
maybe we can
We
make it.
keeping them
Put it
up?
down to one. If we just have Remy's shield, maybe
I'll
drop.
yeah, I'll reapply light to my shield as we're going.
All right.
And I'll delete my torch.
Definitely need at least one, because I'm going to be pretty useless without any kind of light source.
Same.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
same.
if you have light in a cave, it's probably going to be almost impossible to stealth because it's like a beacon in darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if we're
Yeah.
gonna have light, is 3 lights really all that different than 1?
No.
No.
That's true. That's true. May as well just light it up because we're gonna be
Yeah.
we're gonna be stumbling around in the dark otherwise, which also
We're not.
makes it hard to tell. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
We're not
Well-
stealthy. That's not our role here.
In that case, then
Yeah.
Arapaho will put light on his own shield, and he will mention that my ocular apparatus does not function without input from light.
The one thing I'll say, Karash, I believe you would have had to attune to that armor, the studded leather, to get the benefit.
Yeah, I've got to find it in the inventory. Can I attune on a short rest for an hour, or does that need to be over a long rest? I don't remember.
It's a short rest to attune.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'm attuned to one item right now, so I've still got 2 more slots technically, so this will be my second.
Okay. Alright, so the group moves forward. Adelaine's looking around. She says, I don't see anything. I think we're
More-
clear for now.
No more runes.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely runes.
Does anyone have any? She says, "Well, those runes didn't light up till we were close." Does anyone have like something to detect magic with?
I do.
All right. The question is: are you going to cast as a ritual and take 10 minutes, or use a spell?
Do we have time to take 10 minutes group?
We have time.
Well,
It's
we'd
just
risk-
dangerous.
I don't know. I don't know if we
We'd
do.
risk the patrols coming through.
Yep.
Cool. Then I don't mind casting it, not as a ritual.
All right. So go ahead and cast it, spending a spell slot. So when you cast it, you would see. Let's see. What do you see? It doesn't look like anything in the current area is magical.
Cool. Maybe Carl and I go up ahead.
Yeah, take the lead if you
Alright.
don't mind.
So as you get there, you detect a magic aura coming from here.
I'm gonna pass that along to the crew, let them know there's a magic aura up here. I'm gonna have Carl step a little bit forward.
Okay.
Can I concentrate to see what type of magical aura it is?
It is a necrotic aura.
Ooh.
So you can dispel it probably. You have Arcana, right?
Correct.
So you can dispel it. You also know that spending some arcane components, you could take some time and try to just dismantle it through a ritual.
Does dispelling it require a certain spell?
Dispel
or
magic would be the spell
uh,
if you have it.
I do not have that.
So yeah, you think if oh, I'm echoing on Karash again. But you think if you took 5 minutes along with 50 gold pieces of components of any type, you could probably disable it.
I can also walk my zombie into it if you'd want to save your resources.
I kind of do. That's not too much to ask.
If an explosion is caused by walking into it, then we may reveal our position and receive company.
Well, then, yeah, what you guys think we got 10 minutes for me to use my tinkering abilities on this?
It'd be five
Can
minutes.
you get a
5 minutes?
can you get a sense of like what the trigger is? Like it's proximity, but how close? Like can we skirt around the edge of it and not set it off?
Usually when they place these things, they place them in bottlenecks where we can't get around them.
Fair.
Or I assume they're smart enough to do that.
I'll take a step back. We'll send cannon fodder first and detonate this trap for us.
You do also have the armor. It would protect you. Not that I'm saying you should put yourself in harm's way, Karash, but it could be an option if you want to save your skeleton.
I thought about that as well. I'm going to use the skeleton first because it's not the most useful anyway. And then if we encounter them again and we don't have any option, I'll walk in front of it.
Okay.
Might I say we back up a little bit?
So you command the skeleton to go over there?
Yep, walk right into that on whatever square that was that he detected it.
Is this where you're all standing?
Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of salutes, and as it gets here, it would explode in a cloud of necrotic energy as it's withered and falls apart, expending the rune.
You won't be remembered.
Should we wait a moment just to make sure nothing comes swarming down the halls after
So it
that
wasn't a
noise?
loud explosion. It was just a release of necrotic energy. It wasn't like a boom. So it wasn't
Okay.
actually that
Not
loud.
very then. Okay.
It
We're
was just
making
more
more
like
noise.
a yeah. It was more just like a swirl of energy that withered it to nothing and it fell apart. So yeah, you hear at this point noise coming from the north, and it looks like the hallway also goes east, going off into a new area.
Okay, so what are these things? We've seen one of these in each rooms where these people spawn.
So survival would tell you something about those.
Oh,
Remy's
those
just
things?
gonna tilt his head and just be like, what is that? There's the third one I've
Oh,
seen.
I have
What?
no idea.
So just from having survival, taking a look at that,
Oh,
you think it's an area of the ceiling that is unstable.
yeah,
Could
don't go under
possibly
there.
be brought down if damage was done to it.
Oh,
No stalactites, Remy,
I know, but a
on that
trap.
spot.
We could release the ceiling on someone.
Oh,
That is a
like that.
possibility. If you hit it with something, it would probably collapse.
Hey, DM, are you getting an echo from me right now, or is it fixed?
Test 1 2. Nope, it's fixed. I don't hear anything.
Great.
So whatever you did seems to have fixed it. But yes, there is a hallway heading to the east here, which goes to a new area, and more noise is coming from the north of creatures that might be in here.
I say we go to the north. Come on, let's go. We're so close.
Are we fighting or flighting?
Oh, we came here to clear out cultists. We
We're
might
looking
as well meet them
for.
head on.
We're doing this as a favor to the Midnight Pyre, I believe, as well as for our own good to rid this place of more possible cultists. So I'm for exploring.
Does detect magic pick up anything?
So
Not
far,
mine, but
you are not detecting anything. Uh, so as you're moving, Adelaine would stop and say, "Wait, do you hear that?" And a moment later, Koresh, you hear it too. It sounds like the sound that you heard before those Aleps showed up. They're getting closer.
We
everyone
have
on me
company.
quickly! Everyone on me quickly! And I will just
Oh, he's doing his thing.
I'll cast silent image really quickly if everyone can fit in a
Arabelle.
square
I
around
would
me.
I would kind of motion to Arabelle. This is okay, good.
Yeah, and I guess, or
Thanks.
yeah, and I'll just like
Go ahead
maybe like
and
move right over.
all right. So you quickly are backing up. Go ahead and pull out
Yeah,
an area of effect for your spell.
sure. It's a 15 by 15 foot square, and I will draw that.
I'll put out my torch. Can you put out torches temporarily? Is that, or do you just have?
Unfortunately, no. You can just delete it. Remy, there's actually a 15 by 15-foot spell area of effect. If you go into
Do you
the
want me to?
resources, I would say use that instead of this, just because the lines can be annoying.
Oh, I think I just. Yeah, okay. One sec. I just deleted myself.
Oops.
Yeah,
Uh,
everything just went dark. Oh, even though I have a torch on me, it's weird.
All right, so you summon an
Are we quenching
image.
lights? Do you say anything about that?
do I say anything about what?
Someone said something about putting out torches, but does anyone say anything aloud that like Arapel should quench his?
Oh yeah, mine's still.
Okay. Just checking.
So you can. I think you actually deleted yourself, Uslog. That's why you can't see
Oh,
anything.
I don't know how I did that because I didn't click on the
I
map.
think
Alright.
I
Oh,
deleted Uslog. I think I still have power of Uslog's character from when she was gone one time.
oh, okay, okay,
I think I
that makes sense.
deleted you. Sorry.
All right, I will drag myself back on. There we go.
Alright, and let me take away the control of Uslog.
Yeah. And I'll just put us in. I mean,
Alright.
I can't really put us in darkness. Like, in the light's gonna escape the 15 by 15 foot cube. So I don't know what I'm doing. But we're in a
So
You
glowing
it's
confused them for a second.
yeah. So as
What
soon
is
as
the
they,
effect that was cast that we are in?
he made a bunch of cave wall.
darkness, just
Okay.
darkness.
Oh, darkness. All right, and that if that's the case, give me initiative rolls as they come around the
God,
corner.
no.
Because yeah, there's like darkness with a bunch of light. They're definitely suspicious.
What would they have not been suspicious of?
That's a good question.
I think he thought you
Already.
concealed us somehow, because that's what I thought.
Well, I mean that's what I was thinking too, but it's like the light
Yeah, with the
will
lights
still
going, it's
escape
yeah. So it's
the
definitely
illusion.
very sus.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
crappy.
Wow,
I
not very many high rolls.
yeah,
One
I
of your
didn't click on my
enemies.
I know.
I didn't click on my token
There's
first.
a
If I
torch
roll
that
it
is ready
in,
to go.
Mhm.
So go ahead and just re-highlight yourself and click initiative again. All right. So is everyone on there? It looks like it. One. Oh, someone rolls the torch. I'm deleting it. I
So I think that
see.
might have been Remy, because that was a 17.
Remy, re-roll for yourself. Yeah, I think that was Remy because I don't
Uh,
see him anymore.
yay.
Here, I'll move your torch to the
Um,
side.
is my
Do I
torch still under
All right,
me?
that's another
Sure.
torch roll.
for whom?
So I don't. I see Arapel, Uslog, Gnome, and Karash. I don't see a roll for Remy yet. All
Did you
right,
get it
there
that
you go.
time?
That went through. All
Okay.
right, so the
Yeah, I was
first
gonna take
person,
my off.
you are all still inside the illusion, so technically you do have concealment. So the Alep is going to act first. He sees the lit up darkness, and he's going to come over this way. Remy, you're concentrating, right?
That is correct.
So, let's see. What's he gonna do?
Hey, you got to beat my DC 17 to see through it unless you interact with it.
So yeah, if it is
So-
darkness, then those of us who can't see in magical darkness are probably.
You all know. You all.
happening.
No, it's not real darkness. It's not real darkness. It's just
Oh,
an
gotcha.
illusion.
Okay.
But what
Okay,
I
cool.
yeah.
So,
image.
yeah, it is still concealing. So you probably, well, I don't think you could just see through it. Unfortunately.
Well, it's because they're interacting with it. They've touched it. Here, let me link it. Then they know that it's an illusion.
So
We already know it's
Physical interaction. Yeah, physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. A creature that uses its action to examine an image. So we're inside of it. So I imagine we're physically interacting
Yeah,
with it. So we
if a
all know
creature
that it's-
discerns the
Alright.
illusion for what it is, they can see through the
So
image.
this thing walks forward curiously as it sees the light, and it is going to use Howling Babble.
Hmm.
I don't like the sound of that.
Everyone within 30 feet must make a Wisdom
Is that-
saving throw.
Is that a
I don't
spell?
like those.
No, it's not chanting. It just starts whispering strange and
Oof.
cursory things that
Oh,
instill
God damn.
madness.
Ooh. This is
Uh,
not good. I'm gonna use an point of inspiration
All right. So you get to roll
for
with advantage.
advantage. Yeah, and this is a wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh fuck me.
Alright, so the DC is 14. Let's see. On a failed save, you take 2d8 plus 3 psychic damage, and it is stunned until the end of its next turn.
Is that a special? Is that a special inspiration, or is that like a story point, like DM's inspiration?
He used a
DM
story
inspiration.
point.
Because he rolled 7 and 7, and
That
you
was
rolled-
me.
That was,
I
yeah,
rolled 7 and 7.
that was
Oh, sorry. I thought.
Chomsky.
I apologize. I was mixing up the
so-
voices.
If you failed it, you took 11, and you are stunned. If you made it, you take 5. So mark yourself as stunned if you're stunned. And since Remy was stunned, the illusion would end.
Yep.
That is it for the Alip. And the stun icon, just in case you don't know, is, I'll mark
Yeah.
Remy with it. It is this one. So if you failed, you were stunned. It's like
It
the
took me an
monk fist.
embarrassing long time to realize that I could scroll down on a reaction.
You could what?
Scroll down on the little indicators.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just 2 lines at first. I was like, how are you seeing all these? I don't understand.
Alright, so
Oh my god.
So Remy is stunned. Arapel, what are you gonna do?
Oh gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I guess I'm gonna stab this guy that's like run up on us.
Beep boop, stab,
Um,
stab, stab.
When
Yeah,
is it
so-
stunned? Is it till the start of the person who did it?
It is. Let's see. That was
Or
Whispers
till the
of Madness.
end of our turn?
So
until the start of
7
the
psych or half psychic. Or wait, no, that's not it. Where is it? It was Howling Bobble. Stunned until the end of its next turn. So it's like a monk until the end of this creature's next turn.
So I probably should have asked you this beforehand, but can I open my chest cavity and pull out a weapon as an item interaction?
No, it's like the
Oh, shit.
magical item. It's an action to recall something from it, like the bag of holding.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will open my chest cavity and pull out a longsword, I guess, and
So you
as a bonus. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so, all right, yeah, so you open up your chest cavity, and as an action, you use the magical item to summon a longsword. Shoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's actually gonna be my turn. Yeah.
All right, so mark yourself with longsword. This creature...
Actually, no. I'm sorry. Can I do one more thing?
Yeah.
I will move. Ooh, this might be a bad idea. I don't know, but this is his instinct. Immediately is going to go and like give his allies flank.
Okay.
But I think that means that I'm out of the illusion, right?
Oh, the illusion's gone
There's no
because
more.
Remy
Oh,
got
okay.
stunned.
All right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he's probably gonna get pummeled now, but that's what he does on instinct.
All right, so the next Aleph goes, and I'm just going to read him really quick to make sure I'm playing this right. So he's going to... So you have a sword in your hand right now?
Arapel does, yes.
So this one moves down this way. Coming up towards Arapel, and it is going to attack you using Maddening Touch as it lunges towards you. But 10 versus AC would probably miss
Definitely
as
misses.
you move out of the way. That's it for him. This one here is also going to come up and come for you, Arapel, easily moving through his allies because they're all incorporeal. Maddening Touch, once again, lunging at you. 19 versus AC.
Miss.
Alright. So you raise your shield, bravely blocking. Next one goes. Buying time for your allies to shake their stun. He comes here and will also attack Arapel. Maddening Touch. Oh, 25. I think that got
That
you.
one hits.
21 psychic damage.
Oof.
As you are, your circuits are scrambled.
Oh,
Yeah. Error.
Hey, do I?
His eyes rest on yellow at this point and don't change anymore.
Okay. Were you saying something, Remy?
So stun. We can still take bonus actions, right?
No actions.
Okay.
I believe you're.
I
think you're incapacitated, so you can't take any
Yeah.
actions.
Okay, because I was just looking at incapacitate. That incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
Yeah.
I guess actions covers both.
Yeah, that's
but
any
actions
type
could be
of
worded
action
differently
areas.
personally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
So this one's going to come over this way. It's going to look at Karash. Do you have a weapon out, Karash?
My club.
You see it look at you as you start to hear whispers. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Is this potentially against being charmed or frightened?
Let's see. This is... No, it doesn't say charm or frighten effect, so I think it's just a wisdom save.
Okay.
It's like a madness almost. Alright, so you resist. And whatever it was trying to do, it is not able to do it. Crash.
Okay. Seeing all of these come forward with us, I'm going to wipe a bead of sweat off my forehead and cast Tidal Wave in a line that just tried... Oh my gosh, I think I did that wrong. I'm sorry. I didn't link it. I just rolled to do damage.
That's okay. You can link it now. Alright, so you spend a third level spell as you chant, summoning a huge wave of water that suddenly appears crashing forward. Are you hitting Arapel as well, or just these 5?
No, I'm going to hit the 5 and leave out the 6th one and Arapel as well.
Alright, so they have to make a dex save. What's the DC? 16?
DC 16.
And 23 bludgeoning. Half on save. Yeah, half damage. Alright, so the tidal wave crashes down. That's bludgeoning. Let me just see. Yeah, so it is magic. So bludgeoning damage. Several of them are smashed with the wave, wounding them.
Are any knocked prone?
If they fail, they're knocked prone.
Yes.
Alright, so then this one... this one, and this one. Those 3 would be knocked prone.
Nice.
While the
Nice.
others
Nice.
remain
Advantage for
footed.
Uslog. Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
then bonus action, I'll cast Shillelagh on my club,
Okay.
and I'm not going to move, so that's my turn.
All right, Uslog.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, you are stunned.
Oh.
The last Alip, who was knocked prone, is going to get up, using half of his movement. And he moves forward. What's his movement again? I want to say it's 40. Yeah, it's 40. So he flies 20 this way. And Crash, give me another wisdom save as he uses Whispers of Madness on you. Wisdom
no.
DC. Oof, alright. So, you take some psychic damage here. 8 points of psychic damage. However, the more interesting part of this, you have to spend your reaction to attack Remy.
Oh god, I just cast Shillelagh. Okay.
Yeah, bap. So yeah, he
Get him back for that.
basically you hear a voice in your head saying "kill him," and you seem to be forced to do so. So you attack Remy with advantage because he's stunned.
Oh god.
May I ask a question about a possible reaction to that?
Sure.
I'm not sure exactly how this works. So I have Aura of the Guardian, 10 feet radius. If I take that damage, it says that the other features don't transfer, but I don't know if that means he still attacks Remy or
he would still attack. Those are 2 separate effects. It's not because he took the damage. It's damage and attack.
All right.
It's not because. So
then I'll hold that. I'll hold that reaction for now.
All right. So 21 would strike as you smack poor Remy in the side of the head with the shillelagh for 7 bludgeoning. And that is it for the Alip. Bottom of the round, Noam Chomsky, you're stunned, right?
Yep.
That was for those Eldritch Blasts in my butt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
So this guy
Don't blame it on me.
front is going to get up, and he is actually going to attack Uslog because she is still stunned.
I had to use my reaction though. I had something planned.
Uslog, Maddening Touch, with advantage 20, I assume would hit you.
Yeah.
So you are Maddening Touched for 18 Psychic. And afterwards, it's going to fly back 30 feet, giving Karash... oh no, Karash uses reaction, so he can't do anything.
Did he pick it up from prone? Or is that guy? Oh, no.
He was prone. Oh, actually, I don't think these guys can get knocked prone. Let me double check that. Yeah, they can't be knocked prone because they're flyers. They just kind of float. So actually, yeah, they're not prone. Sorry, Crash. But you are all unstunned now, because that was the one that stunned everyone. So Remy, you can act.
Could I get it? I couldn't use a reaction or anything.
No, you were still stunned when he moved away, because it was still his turn.
Remy feels extremely violated. There's one thing that he hates more than anything, and that's being literally out of unable to physically control. Like he does the mind games. People don't do the mind games to him.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, exactly. So he is just going to just very unemotional, just point a finger out and release a small bead of flame and fireball.
All right.
Fireball.
Go ahead
and I'm gonna do it at level 4.
Right.
Hold on. I can get that. There we go.
Alright, so that would hit all of them. They must make a dex save. Dex. So
DC 17.
33 damage, DC 17. And actually, are these guys resistant? They are. So that is going to half it, so
16.
16 damage.
That's still a lot of damage for one action because you're doing it on 6 different creatures. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Half on
Yeah.
save. Alright, so dex save.
So 16 and 8. If they pass.
Alright, so none of them die, but they all look wounded now as fire just burns into the area, catching them all. Anything else,
Remy
Remy?
is gonna use. Yeah, he'll use his movement to go to there.
Arapel.
That's it.
Oh, I just realized we're over. Can we finish out the round, or do you all? Does anyone need to go?
I'm good.
I'm fine.
I wouldn't mind finishing.
All right. So Remy, what are you gonna do? Or sorry, Arapel, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to cast a Spirit Guardian,
Okay.
which I believe is a 15-foot radius.
I believe you are correct. So go ahead and give yourself a 15-foot
A
radius.
Pale blue. And I'm going to exempt my allies, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And find that for you.
Alright, so a bunch of radiant, I assume, right? Radiant energy?
Yes, he's neutral, so radiant.
A bunch of radiant energy starts flowing from you, attacking the Allips. That it for you?
And I'd like to think that his spirit guardians look like a bunch of little clockwork critters, like all different critters. Like imagine all of the like tiny creatures in D&D, the bat and the spider and the like the different birds, and like they're all like flitting around clockwork versions now. And yeah. I think yeah, I think that's all I'm doing.
Alright, so this guy is caught in this. So what type of save is that?
Alright, let me actually first spend the spell slot, sorry. So it's I'm gonna do it's just level 3, submit. Okay, so they're spent the spell slot. There you go. So yeah, wisdom save 6.
So it rolled a 19, so I think
Okay. It's half damage.
Take half damage.
And everyone's speed is half, no matter whether they fail or save.
Alright, so he takes 5. It's going to float 10, 20 feet, and it's going to use Howling Babble. Once again, I need wisdom saves, DC 14.
Stunned for the center.
From whom?
Everyone within 30 feet of him.
Ugh.
It was 14, right?
Yeah, DC 14.
No.
No.
Oh my gosh, our rolls are horrible.
We do have. Well, I guess
11.
oh, never mind.
And I think I am going to expend one of my Flash of Geniuses
On who?
on me.
Alright, so you Flash of Genius, giving yourself, I assume, enough to make it?
7 plus 4, 11 plus 5. So I think that makes it.
What's the plus 5?
Is the Flash of Genius. The 4 is from Bless.
Oh, are you blessed by someone?
Sister
We were
Adeline?
blessed when we first came in by Adelaide.
Oh,
Everybody-
well,
Yeah, but that lasts a
that
minute.
lasts a minute. Yeah, you don't still have that.
Oh, shoot. Never mind. Just kidding. Okay. Then maybe I'm not going to use my
Do you
Flash
wanna-
of Genius.
Do you want to Flash of Genius someone else?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Let me see. Let me see if I can help anybody else. I don't.
What does it do?
What's
I'm
the
gonna do
DC?
14.
Oh, so I'm 3 points shy.
A Flash of Genius, Arapel.
Alright, so Arapel would make it. Anyone who failed it
Thank
takes 14 points of psychic damage and is stunned again.
Is there damage for the save?
If you made the
Oh,
save,
this has been.
Hmm?
Oh, this has been psychic damage,
yes.
and this isn't a charm or frightened effect.
No, it's just well, let me double
All right.
check. No, it's just psychic damage. There's no charm or frighten.
Okay. Wait, that screech that you did earlier, the AOE that stunned us. This isn't that.
It is that. It's the howling babble.
Okay. So sorry, I didn't realize I have resistance to psychic damage.
All right, so you take half damage. You'd still be stunned though if you failed it, I believe. So that was so if you made it, you took 7. If you failed it, you took 14, and if you failed it, you are stunned again.
I'm going to use one of my inspirations on this as well, because I really don't want to be stunned.
You already rolled, didn't you?
I did roll. I was going to use one of my DM inspirations for scribing last time.
Oh, well, you have to use it before you roll. It just gives advantage. It's not like a bardic thing where you can. It's like the advantage in normal D&D, except you can stack them, so you can have a bunch of them. But you still have to choose to use it before you roll. You can't fail, then use it. So at this point, it'd be too late if you rolled.
Never mind.
But good to keep in mind for next time. Yeah, like if you have an important roll that you don't want to fail, you just use it before. So that's it for.
You said 14 points of damage, correct?
Yes. Or 7 if you made it. So that's it for this guy. He used his action. This guy goes. He is going to die. This guy goes. Give me a.
Let me roll.
Good. Give me a roll for this guy because he is not at 1 hit point. 15, so he has to make a wisdom save.
I just realized that I didn't really have any AoEs, and I'm like, Radiant might not be one of the things they're resistant against, so let me do this.
He would make it taking 8 and look very wounded.
Taking 8, so he is resistant, okay.
Well, he made
because
save.
he made it. Never mind, sorry. My brain.
Or actually, it would take 7, because it's 15, so...
Yep.
Plus 1 point back. He is going to... Uslag, you're unstunned.
Right.
He's going to use Whispers of Madness on you.
Oh, no.
Stop. Kill Gagarash. Give me a wisdom save.
I'm so bad at
Oh,
these.
God.
At least I'm not raging.
Don't tell me what to do! So you made it. So you don't have to attack Karash. You're like, no, I don't want to. That's it for him. Or wait, who was that guy? Oh, that was this guy. Okay, whoops. Just strike that, reverse it. So he'll go now. Go ahead and give me a damage roll. Arapel.
Oh.
He's gonna make a wisdom save. He would fail, although he has more than 12 hit points, unfortunately.
Aw.
Not much more. So he is still alive. He is going to...
Which one is that?
This guy.
Ah, perfect.
I think...
Note to self, smash.
Oh, did you make a concentration check when he did
I did.
Okay, good.
I did.
So he is torn. You know what? I think he's gonna go for Uslag. Same thing. Whispers of Madness. Psst, 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 psst. Give me a wisdom save. Barbarian. Damn it. All right. Well. Yeah. Tell me what to do. All right. So yeah, you resist again. He's very upset by this. Karash.
Stunned. Karash is stunned.
You get a save,
Karash
though,
is
don't you?
stunned. No, he's just stunned until.
Ah.
Who was it that used it? That was this one. So until this guy's turn ends, you're stunned. Uslag.
Yes. Okay, I finally get to do something.
I'll attack who I want.
They're looking pretty rough, though, right?
Yeah. Did you have your sword out? Because you're not marked as holding your sword right now.
Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to do that. But No, maybe I wouldn't have it. So,
So you
I
could
will
draw it now if you want as a bonus
Yeah, I'll
or as
draw
a
it.
item interaction.
Yeah, I've just been stunned this whole fight. Okay, there we go.
Shing. Two-handed, right? So you put a 2 on that.
Oh, right.
So you
Why
move.
is it like I haven't done this in forever?
You move forward with your weapon, angry that these things are trying to manipulate you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I would rage because I'd be mad at them, even though Carly's like, no, reserve your resources. I'm gonna rage.
All right, so you start raging. Oh.
Attack. I'll attack this guy first.
All right, so you lunge forward, swinging at him. 21 wood strike. And he is cut through.
This one.
Alright. That would strike a second one. And he is cut down as well.
I probably just needed to like tap it. And then I would just move here to give Arapel blink.
Alright. The next Alep is dead. Professor Chomsky
Is stunned.
is stunned. So this guy back here, he is going to. No, he's not going to do that. Yeah, he's going to whisper at Uslag again. Whispers. I need a wisdom save.
Man, my luck's gonna run out.
Come on, Uslag.
12 would fail. So you take 5 points of psychic damage. And he's not going to tell you to attack anyone because he doesn't want you to attack his friend. He is then going to fly this way, like he's retreating a bit. Remy, stunned. Arapel.
Stunned.
I will stab this guy.
Which guy?
The one that's...
guy?
I forgot that there was 2 near me, yeah. The one between me and Uslag, yeah.
Stab, stab, stab. 14 would strike.
Yeah, you had advantage
right.
anyway.
That's right, okay.
She has advantage?
Well, not advantage, but flanking.
Oh, because Uslog's near it, right?
Yeah.
So 20
And
would
raging.
strike. Yep.
Does your rage
she's a
give
wolf
me advantage?
barbarian. Yeah, anyone
Yeah,
attacking near her, I believe.
All right.
So.
And I get a second attack if he's still alive. Okay, then the second attack would have been the other guy.
18 will strike as you stab the second one for 11, and he is looking badly wounded but still up.
Okay, then that's my turn.
All right. This guy goes. Give me a damage. Damage. He might survive this. Save versus wisdom. Nope, he is not surviving. So at the end of his turn, I just realized we went another round.
I was when you said Arapel
was 2 turns.
yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going with it. I'm rolling with it.
2 turns.
All right. Well, at the end of his turn, you're all unstunned again.
Love it.
Do we want to end here?
Can we chase the one stupid little dude that ran away, or wait?
Sure. Let's see if we can kill him. Karash.
Okay. Losing that stunned. I'm rushing forward 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right here, I realize I don't have a light source, so I probably can't see anything.
It's so dark over there. Yeah, you can't see him.
It is dark, but you know what? I'm a little upset about how much they made me attack people or tried to manipulate. It's all dash for an extra 30.
Dashing
feet.
into the darkness.
Yeah. I'm incredibly intelligent. Oops. Winner for it. So here's 5, 10, I'll go down for 15. Oh, and with my blind side, I can see him. So 20. Pull up on him. Unfortunately, that was my action to dash. So let me see if I have any kind of bonus action that would be good. I don't. So I will end my turn.
Uslog.
Wislog would just run back here real quick, grab her torch.
Okay, item
That's
interaction.
my
Yep. So you spent 10
There.
feet, then you get to there.
Yeah, and I will throw a hand axe.
Alright. Is this hand axe magical?
No.
Alright, so it would hit, but it only does half damage.
Great.
You just throw your javelin.
My javelin of lightning has already been expended.
Yeah, but it's still a magical javelin.
Oh, it still counts. Oh, that's right. That would make sense. Oh,
I'll say you
I
threw
like how
your
you said that
javelin.
after you.
So you
Love
threw your javelin and did 9 points of damage.
okay.
Alright,
Yay.
so the creatures have been felled. Let's do quick MVP votes.
Thank you for letting us finish. Like, it sucks so much to
Yes.
stop mid-combat, but it's even worse
Yeah.
when it's like right there at the tail end.
That's why I was just like, you threw your javelin. That's fine.
Just
And yes,
W.
even if your javelin is expended, it is still a magical weapon. Oh, so the whisper is /W space GM space name, being the name of who you're voting for. It's a tie between Karash and Arapel. So give me D20s, you two.
I feel like I have tied on so many.
So Karash, you are MVP. Congrats.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yep, I'm going to take some notes, but other than that, we are done. So I'll see you all next week. Hope everyone had a good time.
Thanks, everyone. That was fun.
Y'all take care.
Later.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Welcome, Miriam. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Stupid stun.
Bye.